I was like, maybe they're doing some private shit back here.
Well, the Hemi's already.
The Hemi's already like halfway apart.
Oh shit! Hey,
All right, shit happens.
put it back together.
We're live now.
Put it back together and take it apart again.
Put it back together.
Hey, I got a notice that there's a live, but
Put it back together.
We're live now.
Put it back together and take it apart again. Put it back together.
hey, I got a notice that there's a live, but
What do you want to know? The other.
Put it back together and take it apart again.
somebody's giving the feedback.
Feedback. Keeps grabbing my shirt.
I didn't see those.
Okay, Rob's in.
Rob?
Yes, Rob.
There's Rob.
Me, Rob?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta do a sexy dance for Rob. Wait, where am I? Wait,
All right, I clicked
Okay,
something.
Rob's in. Yes, Rob.
Oh, shit.
I gotta do a sexy dance for Rob.
Somebody's got some
Okay, Rob's
backfeed.
We got a bunch of
Backstage, you gotta turn off their YouTube. It's Tall John.
See, now the engine's so
Okay, is all that feedback gone now?
Did he fix it?
I'm gonna check and see if he fixed it.
Okay. There we go.
You better
Oh, we
tell
left the
John?
fucking stud.
I forgot one?
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking funny.
All right, whatever.
Better tell John?
Fucking stud.
I forgot one?
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Oh.
All right, Brian. All right. Just for showing here. Take this three-quarter, not any longer. Turn that crankshaft. Put the box end on.
Oh, shit, I can't see.
All right, did you guys get it fixed?
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
Turning.
Yep.
I don't know if the camera can see it or not.
Just not a lot of your shoulder, dude. That's all we got.
Do this.
And we'll pour it back in the camera. Yeah.
Sexual chocolate was yelling at me. Okay.
Yes.
I got to figure it out now.
Who's sexual?
Brian, stop throwing my tools. How dare you? Here, we'll throw a bit. I don't have any WD-40 left.
Damn it, Brian.
You rotated this thing over.
It's been a couple months.
Yeah.
You know, Jed, if you just build that thing, it would rotate fine. It would have its own oil
It works
system.
as fucking deodorant too, Jed.
Did you
It works
hear,
just
Rob?
No, what
Right.
Rob say?
Why does Brian just have the biggest smile on his fucking face right now?
fine. Because it's a fucking
Well, when Brian
$1
first,
million motor here.
it's
Hey,
like
wait,
when
wait,
Brian
wait.
first saw the van, all I heard was, I just heard it.
Oh,
There's
that
aluminum.
van. Oh my God.
I can't deal with the aluminum, but I just heard this thud. And then I saw a new dent in the van that was oddly shaped like a penis.
Wow.
I don't know where that came from.
Oh boy.
So,
Well, okay.
Did I just see you fingering my hole?
Yep.
Ooh.
Jed,
Oh, go full bore. I can't.
Go
Jed.
all the way,
I
Brian.
usually do. I won't.
Jed, Jed,
You got loose
Jed.
iron? What?
Jed,
What?
Jed,
What?
build the Hemi and you won't need to spray WD-40 down the cylinders. It'll have an oil system. Put it together already.
Well, so we're taking it apart because the engine stand
God damn,
is
Rob.
falling apart.
Rob, nice to meet you, man. My name's Ruben. I'm Muscle City Madness, but they're right, dude. That voice shit, bro.
It's,
Yep, told you.
it can't be that sultry, but I appreciate y'all. Thank you for that.
You got a radio, you got like a,
In the house.
you got like one of those midnight call-in radio voices, like.
that's what I told him. He thought I was gay when I said it, but no, I mean it.
Oh, okay, so
You're supposed to be hanging on the crankshaft.
Ruben, I appreciate that. As I said before, though, I have an absolute face for radio.
I showed you that one.
I may explore that one day. I look like hell, but I sound like gold.
What
Now
I
you
did,
gotta do the crap macaroni
I've never seen a balancer like that.
Hey, my girl's supposed to leave
Oh
through
my
the
God.
garage right now, but since Rob's here, I might have her go through the front
Fisher,
door.
Fisher on it.
That balancer is built just like an ATI Super Dancer.
Why
I've
since
had it
Rob's
apart.
here? What's that about?
Clutches inside.
Well, she's supposed to walk through the garage. I don't want her hearing that sexy ass voice. She'll be like, "Who the
Oh,
fuck is
yeah.
she?" She's
I'll
supposed to be
holler.
grocery shopping. She might just stick around for the live.
They're all
She
moving
can- that's
out.
cool. I'm good with that.
Yeah, every time. See, that's why Rob's
They
out.
don't care about a pro stock Hemi. You're taking apart in front of them.
Anytime I would call Rob at Jake's, I always felt bad because I'd have to spend at least 13 and a half minutes on the phone with him because, well, you know.
Wow. I'm glad that was a one-sided story there because I definitely. Dude. Nice talking to you, dude. Jeez. That's weird.
I'm glad that you're single now, Rob. It doesn't feel as awkward anymore. I'm glad I can call you late at night.
So,
God, I hate having to take a nap in the middle of the day.
Oh God.
I got a question for you
Oh
guys.
my God.
What's the metal plate that's on the engine?
See that? Water pump comes off.
What do you mean?
Housing comes off with the bracket.
No, what's the metal plate that's underneath, that's on the side of the engine?
That holds your coolant in.
Oh, elephant.
This?
Oh.
Yeah. Literally,
see
so this block got cracked early in its life, and that's what stemmed it from going from a super stock engine to a pro stock engine. And they machined the whole side of the block off. It's all flat. They took about 40 pounds off the block.
Oh, wow.
And what's funny is they took all that weight off, but they replaced it with literally, I think it's like 35 quarter 20 bolts on each side. So the weight they shaved off of cast iron, they gained back in steel bolts.
You should just bond over all of it.
But it looks cool.
It does look kind of cool.
It looks awful Mad Max.
So
Ish.
now the engine might be light enough. I'll feel good about tightening this bolt.
Oh, just that one bolt is holding.
Why are you taking it off of the stand? You're going to install the Hemi in the van? That's a good idea. I'm not going to be home. What's up, John? What's up, Tall John?
That's hanging out on the bottom.
Yeah, but
You have to bust out a cherry picker.
I don't want to bust out the cherry picker.
Well, I'm lifting it up.
Ruben.
Boys, I've never seen the movie Joyride. I don't know who Rusty Nail is, and I can't leave the chat to go see who that is. So I'm going to take that as a compliment.
You're going the right way. You're loosening that bolt.
Hey, Ruben, can you hear me?
Right here. You want to control it?
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
I got a problem with that. That's why I don't do lives when I'm working on stuff, because I can edit all that stuff out and seem like a genius.
Sherry,
It wouldn't have been much editing if you take that bolt
Look
off
at this.
and not all the way off.
Oh, look at that face.
Where is she? Ruben's got his little.
Baby!
oh,
You
I
gotta
go
watch
away.
the language now.
Oh, she's good. She knows who her daddy is. I cuss like a sailor.
All right. So we're taking this one apart next, right?
Like, oh. There we go. It's tight again. Now I don't feel like my engine's going to fall off the stand.
Okay.
But we gotta
I
take
got
this one apart now.
We're not taking my stroker apart. My other stroker. Can't you see my stroker?
Leave your strokers alone.
Strokers and below. Oh my
Don't
God.
touch my
Michael's engine in his truck. He's already got a name.
Strokers and blow.
Yeah.
Lookers and blow.
Let's show his oil off of here. Okay, well, there's the pro stock. Thanks for joining us.
Just walk back.
It's starting to rust. It's
It's because you need to build it. If you build it and put it in something, it won't rust.
I'm not putting in anything. I can't afford the fuel.
Has Rob ever steered you wrong?
A couple
I have not.
actually.
Okay.
Not very often, but he has steered me wrong a couple of times. It's not his fault.
On what?
On what, Jed?
It might involve a set of headers that got destroyed.
Like that was my fault.
Well, it wasn't your fault, but you know,
That's cool, man.
Doug says it was your fault, so
Doug's can be wrong. That's cool. They're the ones who put a $900 set of headers in a 1/16 of an inch thick cardboard box with loose bag of hardware, and didn't have the foresight to pack anything or take. Yeah, and then FedEx, the guy who gets paid minimum wage, that wasn't his fault either.
No, of course not.
Why do you got that on the Harbor Freight engine stand when you got a beefy son of a bitch over here?
Because that stand belongs to my buddy Daniel Barber, and I need him to come pick it up because I'm tired of tripping over it.
Buy it off of him.
My look, as soon as I put this engine on that stand, he's going to come to get it.
Hey, I need that.
John Wilburn, that guy who played Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs, is also the detective that gives Brian Spillner his case in Fast and the Furious. Go look it up. So,
Oh my God, that's true.
It is the same guy, isn't it?
And there's, Wilburn says that's who Rob sounds like.
No, he doesn't sound like that.
Actually,
He doesn't sound creepy
no.
like that.
No, they both got that deep vocal,
He could sound like that if he wanted to.
Rob's got that voice. He makes me want to put lotion on my skin.
it puts the lotion on the Hemi, or else it gets the hose again.
Hey guys, I'm gonna cut out for a few minutes. I got to go take care of some stuff here at my residence, so I'll be back in a little while.
All right, Richard.
Bye,
See
Richard.
you guys later.
How deep do I got to
See
rub
ya.
this in, Rob?
All the way.
Oh God, this is going to get awkward.
You guys hear me?
$300 all nails laying on the ground.
Can you hear me, Ruben?
I can't, sir.
Because I screwed that one up.
Yes.
Something got disconnected there for
Now
a
I
minute.
got lube all over my hands.
What's up, Rob?
How are you?
Let's go to the dark corner of the garage and use this lube.
No.
I tried to say
I wonder
something
if
funny
this is
when
on
Ruben said
wheels.
something about your voice.
That'll be
I'm like, man, nobody hears, I guess.
What'd you say?
sexy.
I told him that
Let's
he thought I was gay when I said that to you the other night.
let's
No, I didn't. Hey man, $20
we
is
gonna put it back
$20. I'm
together
good.
today, or
Yeah.
or you just
What do you want the next one?
I think you should leave it like it is until
Well, I like my
actually
voice. I appreciate that. Man. Didn't realize you guys appreciated it that much.
see.
That's cool.
Well, you missed it, Ruben. He was telling us about really the psychology of selling parts and how that works, plus
Oh yeah.
kind of sort of how it lays out to get it accomplished. That was very interesting
Oh,
stuff.
is it?
That's not.
Oh.
Somebody told me we were going to have a seminar.
I modified it.
I'd have done something else, but when you were talking about
I
it, I was
modified
really
it.
kind of blown
It ain't
away
really
by it.
made for this weight rating.
It was very interesting.
I'll be honest, Tall John. I could probably bore you guys for days with Jeg's stories and not necessarily insider information, but just like the day to day workings. I've got like 15 different versions of collars that I can emulate. I could probably do a podcast and tell the story of each and every one of them.
You
So-
ought to. That'd be fun.
That'd be cool.
Isabel, ready to go, right? We're still waiting on a tranny.
Still waiting on the tranny. That's one of
Transmission.
the downsides of calling in a favor from a buddy. It's on his time. Oh, Bertson texted me.
Oh,
Bad.
that's all.
You know, that's a pretty looking engine, but it still does not qualify like a Hemi does for pretty.
Second. See, there's so many 4-speeds in that garage right now too, and so many cars with so many, automatics in that, area. I don't see why this isn't happening right now. Like a 4-speed big block tunnel ram van should just happen like right now.
Yep.
3.
So how much did the van come up off the ground after you got the beaver's nest out of it? That was loaded.
Oh, the van literally sits about 2 or 3 inches tall in the back. The van does not need any help in the rake department because it literally sits like this.
Yeah. It
So
looked
it's
good on the trailer. I was amazed them tires
Yeah,
held
you
there
can get
too.
that on video though. You got that on a video.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
cleaned out. Yeah, we don't need to show that.
I don't care. It's all behind the scenes stuff. So, we can show whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, it'd just be busy getting all this equipment out there. I need to get it set up. I need my shit set up where I could just walk around with the camera. I need a wireless camera. That's what I'm working on.
Yeah, so we're getting a lot of views of the Brian and Jed crotch show is what we got, and the big block. But there's a lot of crotches in this.
What's wrong with crotches?
Well, it depends on your disposition, and I know it's 2021, and we're all supposed to be tolerant, but that ain't me.
Rob, don't lie. We've had some deep conversations, okay?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, Rob.
Tell me everything.
Brian, are you guys streaming on Jed's channel or your channel? I forgot where I'm.
Brian, give me
Okay. Looks like somebody in chat's a little lost.
Okay.
Jen stacks make me want breakfast.
So, Rob,
Yeah.
this would be normal at Car Buddy.
Okay.
This is made for you.
Oh my God.
That's one of the rods and pistons that go to my dozer. It's a spare one, but look at that beefy. That thing is huge.
It's proper.
I wish he would say that to me more often.
He thinks it's cast iron.
The pistons might be cast iron. I'm not 100% sure.
Any idea what the stroke is on that bastard? That rod is like 9 miles long.
It is.
It uses a 5-inch stroke and it's a 3 3/4-inch bore.
Wow.
It's 221 cubic inches, I think.
Is that the one you just pulled the head off, or is that one from the other tractor?
Those are actually spare rods and pistons and sleeves I bought from a guy on Facebook, but those are the same ones that will be in it.
Yeah.
So the engine's turning over and it's leaking down on all the cylinders. We've been filling it over and over and over in hopes to get the rings freed up, but I doubt they will. So we're going to probably pull the pistons and rods out, free the rings up, or replace them. And I think while it's that far apart, I've got 4 of the sleeves. I'll pick the best 2, pop the 2 bad sleeves out of number 2 and 3, and just try and find an O-ring that'll seal those sleeves in, and just have 4 good cylinders, or at least good. Oh, yeah, I should. I got people calling me and stuff.
Who's calling you, Jed?
Yeah, who's more important than us? Don't make me call you too. I just figured out that I could.
No, it's my aunt. I was gonna share the stream.
That's his code word for bird song now? My aunt.
No, Chris didn't call me. He's just been texting me.
Oh, he's just been texting me. Chris Birdsong has just been texting me all day. That's all.
Yeah,
I saw parts of Birdsong for dude. He's a cool guy. I got his number too. Ruben, what part of
Brian? You come over here and you talk to people. This is your life.
It is my life.
Ruben, what part of Arizona are you in, man?
I'm in Phoenix.
I lived in East Mesa for a while.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool, man. Cool.
I used to work at I don't know what side of Phoenix do you live on?
West Valley.
Oh, okay. So there's a welding supply store I worked for out in Phoenix, and they got a West store in Avenue. And I worked Vern Lewis.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, I used to work for them.
I can't.
Okay, cool.
But I lived on the other side, so I worked in AJ basically, and it was right next to the Castle Boutique. It was real fancy. But they were ragging on you about it. You know, it was 74 degrees the other day, and everybody was wearing hoodies, and they had hot chocolate and stuff, and you were, you know. So
did you hear about that, Jed? Oh, I told you about that.
Oh.
I know the pain, dude, because like I say, I lived out there. So I know that it's, you know, they consider 112 degrees as a cooler than 115. And I know that how icy cold 65 degrees feels out there. I really get it, dude. So,
like right now, it says it's 66 degrees on my garage. I feel like I'm in Antarctica right now.
Yeah. Like you're checking to see if you can see your breath and all that. Yeah.
I'm in like a sweatshirt. Dude, my baby is in like 3 layers.
55. This is perfect work.
Yeah, I get it. I absolutely get it, dude. Of course, the other side of that is when you open the garage at 5 in the morning and it's 98 degrees. That's a problem too.
With Richard Nixon
In the summertime.
Yeah.
But it's nice out there.
Oh, dude, it's perfect weather right now. I mean, it's amazing.
That's perfect.
John Wilbur just loves sending dick pics.
I love John Wilburn's dick pics. They're amazing.
But
Where we got that?
Everybody, the whole street goes quiet.
Yeah. Rob, Will Thorpe in chat is he lives a couple miles from me in the
All
west.
right, so like you guys don't feel bad about these Midwesterners giving you a hard time about it. All right, I've experienced it, and I'm back in the Midwest now, but I get it, man. I really do. I live that life too. So.
Dude, my girl's like, she's like, "What do you want to eat for dinner tonight?" I'm like, "Let's make some soup."
Yeah,
It's like 66 degrees outside.
just warm up with a nice pot roast and
Yeah, I was
noodles.
like, I don't know if we're gonna make it through the night. I don't know if we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when is
60
the
degrees in Arizona, 5 people died.
7 8 here? You know, that's a huge temperature change.
Yeah.
Gary's trying to steal my rent.
Yep.
So we done? Darn it.
So bullshitting now.
Oh,
So yeah,
Just normal. Oh, I forgot about that one.
let's play a game, Brian.
Brian,
Huh?
let's play a game.
What game?
I lost the
How
game.
many?
I lost.
How many Jegs stickers or Jegs paraphernalia or Jegs logos can you spot in Jegs garage in less than 2 minutes? And I got a
Oh
time.
my God.
Ooh, okay, this is cool. This is cool.
Every one of those yellow cats is Jags, aren't they?
Yep.
Rob's gonna give away his
Hey, Sherry, can you turn the camera to where there's a bunch of Jeg stickers? See if we can count them all.
They're everywhere.
Ruben,
I think I have like
Rob's
20
give away a
something of
Johnny
these big
Boatbar
cards.
shirt
Yeah.
to the winner.
Here, we can do this here.
Hey, Rob.
Yep.
You know what I noticed? That the last couple times from Summit and Jegs, nobody's putting stickers in the boxes anymore.
Times is tough, man.
Times is okay.
It's because I bought all the stickers.
Yeah, stickers.
Yeah, they're all in Jed's freaking shop right there.
I'd
You didn't
rather
see his
have
trunk, man.
stickers than free shipping.
7, 8, 9, 10,
I
11, 12,
so
13.
if you specifically request them on an order, if you don't, it usually doesn't work online. And I've asked them to do that. But if you specifically request them when you call in an order, then generally they'll hit the code and drop them in there. They used to dump them in with the flyer and the catalogs, but they don't do that anymore. But if you specifically ask for them, they'll never.
You know, my last order from your guys' competitor. I said, "Hey, I noticed you guys aren't throwing stickers in the box
I
anymore."
got that.
And whoever was taking my order was like, "I did it over the phone," and they're like, "Oh yeah, well, I'll notation some to put." They don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got some. I need some checks
there.
But,
We gotta fix
It
it.
hasn't been 2 minutes yet.
Did you get the 2 on the carb stand up there?
They're actually doing this. This
How-
is great.
how long you been working for Jegs? I probably missed the stream the other when you were talking about it.
March will be 7 years.
Did you count the one that's
Okay.
my tramp stamp, Brian?
And
No.
how long was it that you lived in Arizona?
Go ahead, had an actual.
I lived in Arizona back in 2010 to 2012,
Okay.
so it's been a while.
Oh,
From Arizona,
the
or
fuel
you just
budget
passing
follows.
through?
They're
What'd you
just,
say?
You from Arizona, or you just passing through?
No, I'm from here, Ohio.
Okay.
I went out there to see what it was all about, stayed there, and came back. So family brought me back. So time's up, boys. I had to come back for family.
Is time up?
I counted
Yeah.
47.
Hey, Rob, is the time up?
Yes,
24.
that feels a little light.
it is pretty light.
Well,
Sorry.
they haven't been inside Jed's bedroom yet.
No,
He's wearing Jegs. He's wearing Jegs underoos.
I was like, yeah, he's got Jegs pajamas. He's got a
I got a
Jegs.
Jake's tramp stamp.
He does have a James COVID man.
I do have a Jake's code. It's right here. Oh, Ryan, did you get that one?
Yeah.
What?
He's got a Jags COVID man.
Oh, 24.
Oh, and 26 or 25.
25.
Ruben, we'll get you some
Banned for
stickers.
cancer.
You get somebody to do it.
Oh, I'm sure there's more. I just didn't have time.
Gotta be.
I'm still looking.
What was that creepy door, like Halloween door that was told John? It sounded like Halloween all of a sudden.
Did you get this one?
You text William?
Yeah, I did.
26.
He's still going. You're the man.
You want to go open Jezebel's trunk? That'll bump it up by 10.
50.
I don't sticker bomb my cars, but I sticker bomb my trunk with Jake's decals. Because I have so many. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
You even bought the badge.
26 is the official count.
I'll accept it.
it's kind of like.
Say hi to Sherry.
27.
Hi.
What's that?
How old is she? She's adorable.
Oh,
She's 8 months old.
She's brand new still.
Brand
Baby.
new. Brand new.
28.
Brand new.
Still has that new baby smell.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, man, the sooner they talk back.
29 to 30.
Yeah, I'm babysitting right now. Sorry about
30
that, guys.
sound better?
Yeah, you can stop.
You can stop.
No, I'm not stopping until I find it all.
Oh, nice. Glad you haven't cut them up and turned them into jugs stickers.
Rob, I'm not turning them into jug stickers. I don't want to get you fired.
Yeah, please don't.
Because I'll tell them that you told me how to do it.
How do you do it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He can't tell us.
I have no idea.
Oh, I can figure it out.
This is what babies do, man. They eat everything, including your
Yeah,
habits.
they don't know if it tastes good or not.
They're like creatures.
Make jugs. I just said that live.
So do either of them like
Forgot
the
that people
Roadrunner
talk
Ruby?
quiet, they can hear me.
I know it's
What's
got
that?
a microphone.
I saw you had two of them, two kids. Do either of them? Well, there's two kids there. Did either of them like that Roadrunner back then?
Oh yeah, dude. All three of my kids. I've got three. She's the third one, but I've got a 6-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. They're obsessed with my cars, man.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
And thankfully, they don't know what fast really is. So I take them in the Roadrunner as slow as it is, and they think we're going like flying down the road.
So when I was a kid, we had we all rolled in a big old Mopar group, and one of the guys in the group had a '69 Roadrunner 383 green with triple green and a bench seat. It was, column shift car, nothing exciting.
Dude, that must be the most common Roadrunner out there, because that's what my car was. Well, it was triple green. And John Wilburn in chat, his Roadrunner is a triple green car.
Really? See, it's a great look, but the coolest thing about it is he would take us, all the neighborhood kids, he would take us for rides around the neighborhood and up and down the road in that car. And he had a fake switch on the dash. He didn't have it wired in or anything to anything other than a light, but the switch said warp speed. And if he took the neighborhood kids for a ride around the neighborhood or up a back road, if he told the kid that he could hit the button, then you reach up as a kid, you switch the switch on, and he just floors it, and the kickdown kicks on, and the headers, make it real loud, dude. And it was like my absolute introduction into what I would have considered speed. And I don't think we ever hit 40 miles an hour, but it sounded cool. So.
That's a great. I'm gonna take that idea, man. I'm gonna do that on my cars and just make it.
It's guaranteed.
Cars, there's lots of switches that don't do nothing now.
I can sell things a little bit cheaper. Like 3 intakes.
The smiles that it generates is out of world. It's almost as good as the knee porn.
If I have 500 in one intake, but I have $2 in another, I can
Where did
work.
the Wonder Twins go?
What?
They're still counting Jake.
We were talking business.
We were making out.
No, we were not. We most certainly were not.
Promise.
So you swear?
What are you guys pondering?
I don't swear, but I know all the words.
See this right here? This is two men that are pondering some shit.
Yeah.
I also just want to go ahead and point it out again. Jack Pine Savage right here.
Oh shit.
Mark Ingram, Bigfoots and Mopars. Cool dude.
Yeah.
Sent me a shirt. It fits, thank God.
Oh yeah, dude, that is a badass shirt.
The size of this brass hammer. Jesus.
Oh, that's a small one. We bought that at an antique store. Yeah, there's a smaller one. Brian's ooga and noggin over my brass hammer, at least Dad's. We bought that We bought this at a antique store a long time ago, and we've used the crap out of it.
It was a decorative piece, but we repurposed it.
Your vice.
Oh,
I love that vice.
that vise actually came off a Dad's service truck. It's not that great. It's got a bunch
It's
of play.
huge.
It's not that huge.
It's huge.
Go look at the one on Dad's service truck right now. You want to see huge? Or my ego?
You want to see huge.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I know that would have been bad if that was my camera. Rob, I got the wheels and tires for Stella.
Oh, see, all right. Let's see this. Stella has wheels and tires, man. I spent good money on them. No, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Bam.
No.
4.5.
Okay, maybe
Guinea.
that's acceptable. No, wait, they're the Unilugs, though.
I got
They
the
are
50.
Unilugs, but
Yeah, I know. It's the one downside. And I've got the 15 by 10s with two 75, 60, 15 tires over there.
you get the
They'll
valve
rub.
though too.
I have many small block valve covers right now, but none of the
They'll
ones
rub.
I want.
You don't like the factory ones?
Oh, no, I like the factory chrome ones over there. But, you know,
It's
I've
like
got,
car guy ADD right here in Carnage.
I've got the Lions, I've got the Mickey Thompsons, and I've got the
Ooh,
stock chrome
Look at
ones.
that. Ooh, that's shiny. Ooh,
Oh yeah,
Where'd you
that's
get
what I got. Is I got
No, he
ADU shiny.
Yeah.
ADU shiny. Oh, squirrel.
I have that too.
There's another 4-speed.
That's for the Javelin. That's a backup. So what's neat about the AMC 4-speed is the BorgWarner T10, but they use a case very similar to an A833. It bolts on the same. But the tail shaft is more similar to an A body, but it's all special. See, it has that force line count like a.
Tall John, welcome back.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Can I just say that your door sounds like something straight out of a 1980s horror movie. Like I was looking for Jason Voorhees in my apartment here. I seriously thought there was a problem.
I wish I could have heard it. Here,
Never
just like
change it.
a squeaky door, you know.
What?
Yeah, don't ever WD-40 that sucker.
Never.
You want the small block tunnel ram?
It's a small block all around, especially since it's a lion.
Rabbit
I mean,
training.
that's supposed to be putting it back together.
I don't care.
It doesn't go back together until it's done.
I don't have the.
He'll
time.
never get done. He'll take it apart and want 3 distributors on it.
I'll
I
tell you
won't
what,
put it back
if they bring
together.
it around, I want to look at it.
Stock.
Dude, it's 68 degrees in the garage.
I'm sorry.
No.
That's not funny, but
Oh no!
it's funny.
What'd you just do?
I dropped a head stud into the freaking oil pan.
Look, y'all, we got a project.
Oh
yeah.
Come off the bottom end by taking the oil pan off.
Hey, how easy does it turn now?
Yeah, let me turn it over now.
Yep.
Wrong way.
Did you hear it go all the way down and hit?
It's in there somewhere.
Hey, Jed,
Yeah.
what did you learn?
Don't listen to Rob.
He's dropping everything right now, man.
This is why he
Sorry,
doesn't
buddy.
like lives.
I never said that.
It's that audible chocolate, man. I'm sorry.
We'll just go ahead and disconnect this. So
This in too?
no, we'll just swing this out of the way.
Okay.
All this is just laid up. So Mylan, they no longer make that aluminum pipe anymore, and that's actually kind of one of my favorite things about having this setup. Instead of just having a big loopy hose, it's got that pre-made deal. So if you look, actually, Brian, before I take this off, there's actually oil pan bolts missing out of the block because they shaved the inside of the block as well. So I've got to mark
Jay,
the
what's
holes that are missing and TIG weld them solid. So that way I don't have oil drain back through the bottom of the engine. Oh, we actually do have to disconnect this hose. It's connected to the oil pan.
Why don't you just buzz all the bolts out of the plate on the side
Here, I think we're
and reach in from the top?
Say what now?
Why don't you just take the side plates off of it and just reach in from the side?
Yeah.
Because that's the water jack. It's not the oil pan.
You got a drill.
No.
All goes
Preferably
to the
not.
same place.
Don't do
It
that.
all goes to the same place. Oil, water.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
think it's supposed to.
Same shit.
Water has lubrication properties.
Yeah.
No, that is antifreeze. Antifreeze
Now,
has.
you're not, Rob. You wouldn't sell people parts the way you're talking right now. So you must be in good shape.
Oh, it's Sunday, man. It's Sunday.
I wonder how much oil is actually in this pan from just all the times I've lubed it.
Guess we're fixing to find out.
So it's funny is I bought this oil pan. This is a Charlie's or a Hamburger. It's a real expensive pan. And the guy had Ray Barton build him a Hemi, a big cubic inch high horsepower Hemi. And Ray Barton put this pan on his Hemi, and you can see it skid the ground a whole bunch of streetcars. So he sold the pan to me for $300 with oil lines and everything. And he put a stock pan on it, and from what I heard, he blew the Hemi up because they didn't have his oil. A common occurrence when guys think they need a race engine in a street car, but it ain't enough. Okay. So if you got to run a deep oil pan, keep that in mind for ground clearance. You can't have a lowered car. Here. For anybody who cares.
Got tired again.
Yes, it's moving. And I figured I'll run this pan on the Pro Stock instead of the original Miladin that it came with. I could get it, but it's pretty hammered.
Now you got it apart this far, you might as well
No.
finish it.
No. I'm not ready to finish. I got to take the whole bottom end out and clean
You're
it.
almost there.
Oh, I don't. Unless you guys are going to be here for the next like 2 days, because I got a lot of setup I got to do. The rocker needs set up.
Hey, here it is.
Yeah, see, there's actually a screen inside the oil pan, so
Ah.
it can't actually drop down into the pickup. However, what sucks about that is, well, it's going to get caught up in the rotating assembly.
Yeah.
But see how much they took out here? Look how thin that is.
Real four
Why
bolt
did they do it
mains
on
there.
both sides, though?
Take as much weight as possible out of it.
That ain't like the Chevy 4-bolt mains where you got all 4 bolts in stretch. You got 2 in stretch and 2 in shear on those engines. And shear is stronger than stretch.
Yeah, Chrysler knew how to do the 4-bolt main. And see here, there's some damage on the crank where it's come apart before. Let's see. Brian, do a little bit of turning. Oh, here, I'll take that. It's awfully quiet in here. Someone talk. Besides me.
Who manufactured the rods?
BME, Bill Miller Enterprises.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, BME aluminum rods, and this is why you don't use white lithium grease when building an engine made for storage. It's turning to a glue.
Look how free that engine turns with all the glue and the bearings.
Well, it keeps
Cheers.
everything together. The glue.
On their Sunday.
Look at
I
that.
know where John's going.
That's not the reason why I got pulled
I
apart.
was wondering how much gliptol, where they gliptoled everything. Everything on the inside of.
Yeah, except for right here where there was actually a ventilated hole.
I guess it's everything that's on the machine surface. They gliptol.
Yeah, it was not machined. So when they broke that ear off, it actually knocked the whole thing through. So what I did was round the outside of the block where JB Weld would fit to it.
Mm-hmm.
I packed JB Weld in there, and right before I do it, I packed it on the inside too. So that way it's actually they can't pop out. Oh. And so since this thing has that crankshaft in it, so for crank. You can't run stock oil pickup, there's not enough room. So they got it plugged. A stock pickup literally hit right there. I also plan on videoing my actual.
There's a hair.
Oh no!
Does anybody else see what Ruben's doing right now? He's
Hair in the motor.
Sorry.
fighting the sand is what he's doing. When he comes back on and turns his mic back on, just ask him. He's fighting all the sand that happens, and there's going to be people pop up in the chat. It's from that same spot, man. That stuff is everywhere. It's like going to the beach always. Hey, man, did you get it all?
It can't be good for building motors.
No.
He was killing scorpions earlier today.
Did you get all the sand out this time, Ruben? Because I know you never get it all.
Are you good?
Who me?
Yeah.
This is where, so right here.
Yeah, did you get all the sand out? You never get it all.
That's where it was actually.
Oh, yeah. I always have dirt in my garage, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
I know. It's like going to the beach and there's always like sand in your book bag 4 years after you go, but you have it all the time and it's always through your house, dude.
It's like
It goes down.
Yeah, when I lived in Florida, same thing, but Florida has this black. It has this black sand that goes everywhere. It's pretty nasty. Here, at least it's dirt colored. I guess.
Yeah. Everything out there is dirt colored, man. It's all brown. It's pretty, but it's just different shades of brown and red.
I get tired of it, man. It's a little depressing after a while. I need some green in my life.
That's part of the reason coming back home to Ohio, man. It was just like I missed all of the, seasons changing and the green. I don't miss the snow. Like I hate snow, but there was just no season change. It was always either hot and brown or it was cool and brown out there.
I'm playing video games, so I wasn't here. Time is it?
Yeah, I've been wanting to move to Denver, man. I've been in Tennessee a lot, but my girl's family's out here. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
William said he's got a couple of things to do, but he'll have to get everything done.
Hey, Jed.
Yeah.
That was baffling.
No, those are trap doors.
Which is baffling.
Which is trap doors.
You didn't get the joke. Never mind.
Somebody's speaking back.
It might be Rob.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just wanted to say your name, Rob. Don't hate me.
Oh, okay.
Dude, you know what's weird?
What?
Is that dude with that CUDA, man, has not gotten back to me. He just ghosted me.
Ruben, if you buy that CUDA, I'll let you borrow the truck.
I can't hear anything, man. Sorry.
Somebody's speaking back. What do you figure out who it is?
I don't know. Somebody's got feedback or something. I can't hear anything.
It's not me. I got my phone, my cancellation on my phone.
Here.
Weird.
Someone's ruining the party.
Whoa.
Oh, God. What happened?
I don't know. I hit the wrong button.
Okay.
Somebody changed.
That works.
Whoa.
Don't do that, Brian.
Is the feedback on my end?
I don't think so. It quit. It quit somehow. Is everybody there?
Yeah.
Present.
Okay. It quit.
Present.
But yeah, I was saying that dude at the CUDA, man, just ghosted me. We were in talks, and then the last message I sent him was, "Hey man, I'd like a friend to go down and check out the CUDA. I'd like to purchase a car. Let's work out the details." And nothing.
That sucks, man, because I was just saying, if you bought it and I let you borrow the pro stock,
What year CUDA?
It's a 70 CUDA drag car.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
what's so cool? What's so cool is it had, the glass, fiberglass that was made probably back in the 70s for that car. The doors were fiberglassed inside, outside. They were awesome.
I think he'll get back to me because our conversation that we had yesterday morning was pretty solid. And then I texted him in the afternoon and said, "Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for a friend to go check out the car. Let's work out the deals. I'd like to purchase the car from you."
Well, yeah, people get busy on the weekends too.
Yeah. And he asked me, he said, "Hey," he goes, "give me a list of any picks you need." That was the last message I got.
What are you gonna do with it? You gonna turn it into like a Ronnie Sox clone, or
I'm going after Murder Nova. I'm gonna take him out.
You're gonna need so much money, man.
I'm kidding, but it's yeah. I want to go fast, Rob. I want to go real fast.
like Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Hey,
Hey, Rob, you see this?
no, what is it? Yes, I remember that.
Yep. I love these Tanner wrenches.
Doesn't Jags just make a version of those?
Oh,
No. So Rob and I, when I told Rob I wanted to buy relay and wrenches, we looked at a bunch and we looked at a lot of the Jag stuff.
Uh-huh.
But what I liked about the Tanners was not only the pretty colors, I like their colors, but it's got a crotch put in. Most of them are just straight on both ends.
Yeah.
This is extremely handy.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah, he'll. I think I don't think the deal's gonna fall apart because we were chatting pretty solid, man. But he's probably just trying to figure out. All of a sudden I just threw that message out there. Hey, man, I'm gonna have some friends come look at it. I'd like to purchase a car. Let's work out the details. So he's
what are
probably.
you gonna do with it? I mean, you said I didn't even mess around saying you want to go fast, but I mean, are you gonna make it a dedicated drag car? Are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, it's already a dedicated.
I got all the
dedicated
Volvos in
drag
this
car.
car. It must be
I'll
that one.
throw a link to the Facebook ad in chat. I think I can. I don't know.
E-bodies make such awesome race cars.
What are you doing?
I forgot I'm not logged in. I'm not logged in, so I can't do it. I was gonna throw Rob a link to it, but
Oh, we can get on Facebook and send a picture of it.
Hey, well, I guess I ended the Rob that Jed that I was talking about.
Oh,
That sounds like cool man noises.
yeah. There's William.
Bill,
Hey.
what's up?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Are you having some pro stock fun?
Yeah, Brian dropped a wrench in my engine.
I did not drop a wrench in your engine.
Ah.
You dropped a head stud in your own engine. I was standing 5 feet away and heard ding, 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 and started laughing.
Jed's
That's what friends do.
Well, of course.
So what kind of progress have you made so far?
We're just we fixed the engine stand because it was wanting to fall apart,
Ah,
and I really don't want this engine falling on the ground.
looks like a Harbor Freight piece painted black or gray.
It's just a Harbor Freighter.
Hey, Jed, I don't think Brian wants it to fall on the ground either because that'd be his fault.
$20,000 motor being supported by a $100 Chinese job. Wow.
Okay, for one, the engine is not a $20,000 engine. It's like a $50 engine because that's what I paid for the valve covers that I traded for the block.
Damn.
And
Jed be wheeling and dealing.
And for two,
well, I guess we weren't live when I explained it earlier, but so this engine was always meant to be like $3,000 all-in budget, make it run, whatever. And I had a buddy who had the block, and it's in horrible shape. As far as the plates, it's not real strong anymore, but it's good enough that it can run. Just how long it'll run for, it's not going to take a lot of abuse like on the road and stuff. But I always planned to get it done for $3,000, and I was on track until it came time to do this engine justice with the cylinder heads, and I literally spent $3,000 doing the heads. That hurt, but the heads are badass.
You have, what's that machine shop that you use? Is that the ones you did it?
Advanced Engine Machine in Salina, Kansas.
Dude, that machine, that CNC machine that he does with the blocks is amazing.
Yeah, Mark is real happy with that. He loves that CNC machine.
That thing is amazing.
Okay, we put the right head on.
We bust our butts at the machine shops anyhow. They bust their butts to get those cylinders lined up with the crank center, and get the bores 90 apart and all that stuff. That machine, you throw it on there, it takes a couple quick measurements and says, you can't cut it that way because these cylinders are so bad,
Yep.
Or, yeah, we can do it. And the thing sits there and flips it around. You walk away, have lunch, you come back, it's finished.
Yeah.
I mean, that machine is amazing.
That was one of the reasons why Mark invested in that machine was not only is it going to make machining cheaper for his customers, but it's going to make it so much easier where instead of him watching him sitting there machining, say, boards and stuff, he sets the machine up, it does it while he goes and does something else. Or one of the other guys.
Now, not that he would make mistakes, but I'm certain it eliminates mistakes too.
Well,
Sure. Can you make Jed and Brian the biggest screen and make us all on the side, just so we
I
can?
can do that. She left, but I'll do it real quick.
Okay, just so we can check out the engine in detail.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm just sticking in these awesome.
Keep an eye on you guys.
That Rob sent me.
There we go.
What did I send you?
The
That's
awesome.
better. You can see the motor a lot better now.
Like the one you dropped, like the one you dropped down in the motor.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
What did I send you?
Those head studs. He said he got those head studs from him.
Oh, I lose track, man.
You know what,
No.
Rob?
Yeah.
See that sitting out there?
I do. That's pretty proper.
Makes you want it, don't it?
It's a nice truck, man.
Yeah, I like it. I'm working on it, Rob.
Yeah. Well, enough of that. We're not going there.
Hey, Ricker, how's it going, man?
If you change that back bumper, I still want it.
Oh, it may not be mine.
You gonna leave the Kansas mud flaps on it though?
Oh yeah. Has to.
I never noticed it had Kansas mud flaps on it.
Rob's got to represent up in Ohio.
Yeah, no.
No.
Hey, Brian.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jed, I got a question for you.
You should
Hey,
get that Xbox for me.
Which that Xbox is $1 million.
Oh, Jed,
What?
do you know, I know you haven't had that running, but talking to different people about it, do the dual spark plug things change how you read a plug at all? Is it still the same heat range, jetting?
No, it changes a lot because the reason I'm kidding, Brian, that box weighs about 200 pounds.
What's in it?
2 sets of Hemi rocker arms. One of them are my stage 5s for this.
Oh.
Yeah, I was kidding. Don't try and lift that. That's a heavy box. So the reason why they ran dual plugs was before, they had electronic ignition. They needed a way to add more fuel and clean the combustion chambers because, you watch those old drag racing footage and you see everybody always revving the crap out of their engine. They're not revving their engines to be cool and show off to the crowd. They're doing it so they can clean the freaking engine out because it's so rich.
Yeah.
So the whole idea was, well, we need more spark. And so they came up with dual plug ignition. And so with that, they could run more fuel to this. They could run more fuel, and it really didn't. I don't know. It worked, but at the same time, once the electronic ignition became real popular, they just used that.
Well, can't you dial in the one plug to fire sooner than the other? And
Yeah, both distributors can be timed independently of one another. So you can have spark plug A fire a degree ahead of B or more or less, or you can have them firing at the exact same time, and that just comes down to you sitting there at the track, make a pass, figure out what works best, or on the dyno and all that thing.
Yeah, it's the area inside there. I bet it helps with
Yeah,
not
the
running
head
timing so far advanced. I would
I
assume.
was wondering, because I was thinking about running studs on mine.
The thing with studs, what I learned, and I haven't verified with ARP, but you never bottom out. Like final assembly, they don't get bottomed out. You run them in with like a Loctite and a sealer if they need a sealer, but you don't bottom it out. At least that's what I've been told.
Huh.
But I'm bottoming them out because I want full thread engagement while this thing's knocked up.
Yeah.
God forbid a crackhead comes in here and
Bumps it.
bumps it.
How many crackheads you have come into your garage?
One. I gotta stop putting those in upside down.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't work when they're upside down because one's fine thread and one's coarse.
Cross threaded bolts are tight bolts.
Cross threads or no threads.
Cross threading is nature's Loctite.
Those heads were made, what, 1965 or 66?
No. These were much later. These are like 70 when they came out with these heads, the 433s. They were designed by Bob Mullen, who is the same guy who designed the W2 heads.
Right.
These might have been as early as 69, but just going off of what's done to this engine, it was converted to a Pro Stock about 1970 or 71. All the work that's done to it. That's a lot of speculation on me and other guys who know this stuff, like my buddy Ron Kirkpatrick, Tom Roseman, guys who deal with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do, which MSD says is impossible, which is hilarious because we know it works. I'll get the ignition box.
So the rocker arm
They hang on.
assembly actually
Yeah. These are studs. So
part of like the clamping force for the head.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, that's the top set of head studs. So one thing you can do with dual plug ignition, well, obviously the easiest would be just points. One way that MSD says you should do it would be 2 6AL boxes, a box for each distributor. The problem with that is you have 2 boxes running. Oh, hang on. Problem is you have 2 boxes running. Oh, well, they want to look at the engine. With the 2 MSD 6ALs, you wouldn't have rev limiters that work because you have 2 rev limiters that are different fighting each other.
Yeah.
So my buddy Tom Roseman came up with this, run a single MSD 7AL, and you split the signal, and this thing is hot enough that it'll power the 2 distributors, and he's proved it works. MSD says it's not possible. Well, I know a guy with a 68 Dart with this same engine basically running around on the street.
Hey, Jed, got a question.
Shoot.
Could you have the rev limiter on one of those 6AL boxes turned off and the other one turned on? Would it work like that?
No, because you'll still have plug B firing. Like if you turned off the rev limiter on B, but it was still on A, you'd still have B firing and vice versa.
Why wouldn't you just dial in the rev limiters on the boxes the same?
Well, the problem with that, and it I don't know, it's speculation, but I mean, do they really say you set it at 6,500? Is it really going to limit the spark at 6,500?
Yeah.
Say you got A at 65 and you got B at 65, but what if A starts cutting out at 64 and B starts cutting out at 66?
Then the thing will run lean, but you still get full RPM.
Yeah, I'd rather just have the simplicity of a single box powering everything.
I was thinking about it while you're talking about it too. You have 2 modules. You have twice the amount of wiring necessary. And wiring size would matter too. You would want a larger wire if you're trying to power 2 units. And I don't know. It would get complicated that way too. I mean, I guess hauling around a 30 extra pounds of wire is easy, but not when you're trying to go fast. So I don't know. That's interesting.
Unless the electrical components were assembled identically, but down to the smallest detail, I don't think both of them. It'd be very hard to get both of them to actually limit the revs at exactly the same time.
Yeah.
Well, what happens if one box goes out?
Yeah,
And,
if you had one
wire-
box that went
wire
out, it
length,
would be the worst case
would affect
scenario.
continuity as well. So the wires would have to be the exact same length.
You know, Brian actually just said the biggest deal right there. If one box went out and you were running a lot of fuel, you would instantly just kill the engine. It would just be so pig rich without that second plug firing. You'd be dead in the water. And if you were at, say, you got to think about this engine not as I'm putting it together, but say back when it was built the first time, that guy's at a national event and he's racing for a living, and say your second box goes out. Say he was running this thing new enough that he could run 2 MSD 6ALs. Well, if that second box cuts out, he's dead in the water.
No, he's not. He calls Jags and does 121-6425 and overnights it.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob.
Well, back in the day, you only had one unit. I know because it costs a lot of money to have all that. But nowadays, everybody's got a semi-trailer full of spare parts.
Oh.
And ignition's a hell of a lot cheaper than engine, so they're going to have a lot of
No,
those.
these washers are ambidextrous. Ambidextrous.
Very cool.
Those pistons are amazing. Look how deep those reliefs are. So it's like that valve opens up and the piston becomes part of the cylinder head flow.
Well, yeah, so the boards are actually notched on the top for the intake valve. Let me pull this thing all the way to TDC. Just make sure so the piston's all the way up, because it's not all the way up. There, now they're all the way to the top.
That's freaking amazing.
Well, I mean, a stock 426, the pistons stick up quite a bit. But yeah, these are Ross 12-to-1s. You can always, so on a Hemi, what's actually really odd, a lot of people get confused. Like an old TRW Hemi piston, which you'll see a lot of them, they're dirt cheap. There's the 12-to-1 and then there's the 12.5-to-1. The 12-to-1 looks like this. The 12.5-to-1, the plateau here is not a peak, it's actually wider. Because in a Hemi combustion chamber, you can only grow so much to the top. And then you have to start moving outwards because there's only so much room in this combustion chamber. And so a Hemi really can't have any more than, say, 12.5-to-1 without really running into some serious issues. Now, that'd be static compression ratio. Your dynamic is a whole different deal.
Yeah. I guess that's the beauty of Top Fuel. They run like 5 and 6-to-1, but I think what people forget about on a fueler engine is they feed so much fuel to them that it goes almost to a hydraulic lock, so the compression ratio turns into a 17 or 18-to-1.
Yep.
Just
Yeah,
from the
they
amount of
say
fuel that they're
that
putting
the
in it.
fuel is like before it in a top fuel engine, the fuel in the cylinder almost becomes a solid.
Yeah.
It gets converted into a solid before it pops off.
I one time got to hang out with Morgan Lucas, and he told me, ask my crew chief any question you want. And so we were looking at spark plugs and different stuff. At the time, he was running top alcohol. But in alcohol class, you could, if you ran nitro, you couldn't run a blower. Yeah. And that's the way they did it. It was non-blown. And they would take the engine apart. And so I asked the crew chief, his last name was Suzuki. I don't remember his first name. He said that they measure the bearings to make sure that how much crush they have after every run. Because if the engine goes into a hydraulic lock, they can put a little bit larger pill, or what they call the jet, to relieve more fuel back to the tank and eliminate hydraulic lock.
Jed, real quick. Jed, hold on. Yeah, real quick. Can I see the bottom of those heads? I've never seen the bottom of a Hemi head before.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This is the money I spent.
Wow, look at that, dude. It's actually a dome. I've never seen the dome before.
These are stock valves. They're, dang it. It's 2 1/4 intake, 194 exhaust.
Yeah, that exhaust valve is the same size as a typical Chevy intake valve, small block Chevy.
Yeah. And so these heads, what cost so much money on these things was most guys who build Hemis, they'll put enormous valves in them because they don't understand how the Hemi head works, and it really doesn't need any help with breathing. This is the best cylinder head that's really ever been designed from a factory. There's nothing that really competes with it. It's cross flow. It's got enormous ports, which is the only downside is the size of the ports. They're freaking huge. In fact, where I bolt this down, that's the intake port. I got to try and get this right. I can stick 3 fingers crossways in that port. And these have not been like hogged out a whole shitload. And the exhaust ports, which it's 2 across, spread out. So, so these heads had big intake valve. Like, I think they were 230, 235, and had big exhaust valves. And when my machinist got to working on the heads, he called me and he told me the bad news that all the valve guides were wonky, oversized, undersized. They were just all messed up from years of abuse. So we actually had to get custom valve guides made for this head, for these heads, so we could run a stock Hemi valve, because it would be better to get standard valves than to have to buy custom valves anytime this thing needed service.
Didn't you have? I don't remember if it was one of those heads or another one, but wasn't one of those combustion chambers on one of those dual plug Hemi heads have to be welded and repaired?
That is the head we just finished bolting on.
Okay.
I think I shared a photo. I think I shared it before we put them back, before we put it on. Yeah, I had to TIG weld the chamber up, and then the machine shop had to TIG weld it a little bit more, and it all got remachined. Here, hold those. I don't drop them again.
Set them in here.
No, don't set them. I put the long ones in there because there's no way for them to fall.
Oh no!
Yeah.
But as long as you put a rag down there, it's fine. Just don't pull the rag up.
Yeah. Any idea what the flow numbers are on it, Jed?
No, I didn't have them flow tested.
Oh, I bet they're like 450 plus.
Well, they're big enough that Mark and Bob at the machine shop knew what my cam was, and these heads will have plenty of flow for my big ass solid roller cam. Is that one going in? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So we plan on, when I put this thing on the dyno. Huh?
Don't make it go in.
Oh, don't do that. When I put this thing on the dyno, I've already told Mark that if it explodes on the dyno, I'll bring 4 dry. But I want him to wing this thing completely full bore. Like, I want it to go to 8,000, 8,500, whatever the cam specs read out to. And obviously we'll take it easy for the first couple of runs, but we're going to do some comparison testing. We're going to unhook distributor B and then run it single distributor. Then we're going to hook the second one up and see the efficiency gain you get, because it's not much of a horsepower, it gets more efficiency, which is more power.
They got to pick up the torque some, would be my guess.
Yeah, and then once it's all said and done, I'm satisfied. I'm going to have him wing this thing as high as it will go. And if it comes apart on the dyno, I don't care. It may be a waste of money, like a lot of people have told me, but an engine also sitting on a stand is also a waste of money.
Well,
and this
in order to see it, I'm willing to donate.
I work my ass off so I can afford to build this thing so it can come apart. Hopefully it doesn't. What's going to come apart is going to be the block rigidity.
They ground on all this too, didn't they?
They clearance this. Yeah, this is supposed to be a square.
It looks like they hit all of this up here, just
Yeah.
rounding it off, taking weight off.
Yeah, they took everything off. There's really only so much weight you can take off of a car.
Yeah.
And so when you got over 1,000-pound engine in your race car, what do you do?
That's not a bad idea, though.
That's what the pro stockers did. So if you look at any picture of the Motown Missile, I think Challenger, right here on the ID pad, like on a 440 and a Hemi, there's actually a giant hole saw drilled. They went clean through that and put a freeze plug in it. because it's the same thing as this block.
Oh shit! I have to look at that. Is awesome. I never
Weight-
thought about that. That's awesome.
Weight reduction.
But yeah, that's what it is. You can tell on all of this, all around in here, someone took a grinder like with a flapper wheel and just took as much off as they could, smoothed everything out, just to take weight
In
off.
addition to taking weight off, that probably makes it stronger because whenever you take casting flaws off, it takes the tension out of the surface of the iron.
Yeah. Well, that's like mine. I was gonna make a video on it, but I got overzealous and just did it one day. But like down in the valley, all the casting flash down in there,
Oh, my 340, yeah.
I do that on all of mine. I go in with a burr bit and knock all that casting flash off and smooth that all out.
Yeah, I always did that too, and I didn't do it for, I don't know, lightweight or anything. I did it for allowing the oil to get back to the pan because
Yeah.
it's useless when it's rolling down the side of your engine block. It's got to get to the pan so it can be pulled back up and go to your bearings or wherever it's going.
And that's what Gliptol is really good for. That
Yeah.
Gliptol is some slick shit. And when I
Absolutely.
get my 340 back from the machine shop, I'm going to get some Gliptol and I'm going to Gliptol it inside and out.
I'm
We
thinking
used-
about it on my 360. I don't know.
I've heard
Maybe
people
not
say
that one,
that they didn't like all that because the oil went too fast to take the temperature out. And I'm like, if you're worried about oil temperature, dummy, put an oil cooler on it.
Yeah.
You know, get the coolness out the way you're supposed to, but get that oil back so it can be reused again. That engine is useless when it's running air bubbles through your bearings.
Yeah. Oh, and Brian, don't look at the cam bearings in this engine. I'm serious. Don't look at them.
I'm going.
Man, John, that's a good
I'm
point.
not replacing them, and they need to fix them.
Now, some street Hemis back in the day, factory street Hemis, actually had an oil cooler on them from the factory. And it kind of looked like, you ever seen the Ford power steering cooler?
You know I got the tool from you. Like,
If you looked at an old Ford power steering return line,
mine
had
was
a
this
loop in it with a bunch of fins on it. And that was more or less what it looked like. What they did is they took right next to the oil pressure sending unit, they put an oil line there with a restrictor so it controlled how much oil came through, went to your radiator, and there was a small cooler in front of the radiator, and turned around and came back and dumped into the engine. And that's, the factory Hemis were that way.
Wow.
So not all of it depended on the usage, I guess. But I haven't seen it on everyone, but I've seen it on several. Want the temperature out, do something about it.
Those are the sill plates for the dart. Yeah, I bought those. They were mint condition, and the guy.
We used to always paint the valley white, or the bottom of the intake manifold white, and the valley a darker color, like a blue or a red, because the idea was that even infrared heat did not like to go to white paint. That white paint even reflected the infrared. And that way it would push the heat away from the intake manifold, keeping the manifold as cool as possible and forcing the heat to absorb into the block so the cooling system could take it out to the radiator. And that's heat that you can't get out. It's down there in that valley.
That's why I told you not to pick that box up. Another reason why I told you not to pick that box up. That was on top of it. That's the bell oven that Dad and I welded up that was almost cracked in half.
It sounds like it's cast iron.
Engine stand too.
Yeah, it's cast iron. It was literally cracked almost all the way around. The weld starts here, goes all the way down to there.
Wow.
Dang.
Dad and I welded that up. I've had a lot of people who want it just as like a display piece, but it's my display piece, dadgummit. Okay. Now I can get one of these out. My back hurts now.
My back's been hurting from that damn shitty hotel room we stayed in.
Brian, ask William if he sold his for you yet.
William, have you sold your 440 yet?
No, I have not, and it's probably because Facebook banned me from Marketplace, and I have no idea
What
why.
did you do?
I didn't do nothing. I don't know.
You weren't
Come to find
liberal
out,
enough.
come to find out, I found a Facebook group for people who have been banned from Marketplace, and apparently it happens a lot.
Did you actually get banned?
From Marketplace, yes. I can't look at anything or buy or sell anything.
Ooh, wow.
Why don't you try offer up?
I have not thought about that, but I was able to reactivate my old Facebook account, and through that, I do have access to Marketplace. I just haven't posted it on there.
Well, what you need to do is say something positive about Joe Biden, and you'll be right back in there.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking rockers move too good.
And I've been trying off and on to try to get unbanned, but it's probably not going to happen.
Just go around all day talking about how much you love EV vehicles and Teslas and Joe Biden and
that they both.
you're looking for a gender transition, doctor and stuff. And,
Yeah.
They'll probably send you an invite. Hey, we'd like to
swaps.
I'll check out that offer up and see if I can. I'll make a post on there about it.
Dude, I don't have to do any rocker setup.
Eyeballing his problem. This is good.
The only thing I got to do is change the adjusters on these to come right up. Look at that.
It is awesome.
I'll tell you what, we won't ever tell anybody you have purple retainers on here.
Ain't nothing wrong with purple.
Hey,
I like purple.
Oh, that's right, Brian.
Mega parts. So here's a secret for you about Hemis in general. There's only a couple companies that still make these billet aluminum Hemi rocker stands. One of them companies is called Mega Parts, and they make these purple ones. And companies like Indy Cylinder Head, this is no lie, they buy them from Mega Parts for like, I think you get all these for like $400 or $350, purple anodized. Indy Cylinder Head buys them, sandblasts them, and charges like $600 for them.
Wow.
Yeah, so here's another thing.
You want the side plate like that?
No, you have to set that. So this is one of the things that Dick Landy figured out, that if you get away from the stock springs on it, I'll get it set. Because I have an extra set of Hemi rocker arms. This is called retirement.
Just because you have any stuff laying around.
Yeah. So a stock Hemi rocker shaft looks just like this. They use springs, just like most other engines.
Yeah.
Landy found out that if you do away with these springs and you put these locking collars, you will actually pick up like 20 to 30 horsepower because of these things moving around.
Wow.
Wow. Stability.
Yep. And so my buddy Tom Roseman and I thought about it. These locking collars work great, but they only just lock onto the shaft. So what if you did away with those and you just made a sleeve that just fit here? Because you got to have a spring washer here so it can move a little bit. But if you just had, like I say, a solid brass or whatever sleeve or aluminum, you do away with the locking collar, it's really solid.
It could kind of act like a thrust also. Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
I have a monumental idea, and I'll bet you Ruben will agree with me right here. Why don't you go live?
Why don't we go live?
Are we not live?
It's a thought. It's a thought. It's a new idea, but I bet you if you went live.
I was gonna say, if we're not live again.
No.
No, remember the conversation last night? You said something about going live
this weekend. Let's go live.
We didn't go live.
Where'd my rag go?
That sounds crazy, man. I don't know too many people that would watch that.
I don't know if anybody participate with us.
I'm learning. Look, I've been doing Mopar stuff forever, racing it for a long time, winning with it on occasion.
It does look cool.
And I am looking at something to educate my ass finally, and I'm like that old dog learning the new trick and love every minute of it. This is awesome.
So this whole live thing, is that like that chatterbait?
What?
If I start
Chatterbait. I don't know what that is, but that's funnier than hell sounding.
You know what that is, Tall John. Don't you dare lie.
God damn it, he called me out. I mean, gosh darn it, he called me out.
I hope your kids ain't watching this. That might get a little awkward.
My my kid, he ain't watching. He said he might come out here and say hi to everybody, but
So, I've never actually set these on here and looked at them.
Oh, cool. So we do this
it's
stuff for
freaking awesome,
education
dude. It's awesome.
Like
Yeah.
Paul John just said, and he even he's learning new stuff. So when I build a modern Hemi for my Duster,
I'll stab you.
Oh,
You know, I did have somebody offer me a fully built 5.7 Hemi for that 440.
I don't know about that. I don't know what would be I don't know if that'd be worth it or not.
Well, I was thinking I could always rip out that original numbers matching 318 and drop in the 5.7 Hemi in there.
yeah.
so the 5.7 would bolt right.
Or
What's
your
what's
Duster, or your
the
the
5.7
Dart,
bolt right to the
Dart.
transmission you have?
I'm joking. I'm not pulling out that numbers matching 318. I do believe that the 5.7s, I think I heard somewhere that they do actually bolt up to the small blocks, the small block 727, I think.
They
But
do.
this is actually a
Oh, yeah.
904, I think, in this one.
They do. That was actually one of the coolest phone calls I ever had at work. Was about a 5.7 Hemi spot.
Space.
What's up, Dad?
Hey, what's going on?
You're the one with the 58 Fury that we saw.
No.
350. No,
Jesse is my buddy with the 58 Fury. This is Dad.
no, I'm
That's
not talking about
Dad.
Dad.
What?
I love Dad. I've been
Mhm.
watching Dad for years.
Dad-
He don't love me, but I love him.
That's the one with the
the
68 Charger Hemi.
We ought to.
I'll be
Point the
driving my
camera
Hemi
out to
Charger.
the
Yeah, I'll be doing that stuff.
We put
Hey, Dad.
man.
Hey, screw these guys. Take the camera. Let's go for a ride in the Hemi.
Yeah,
We can put this.
Football game's over. Let's
that'd be a
go.
bad idea.
The van gonna be like a burnout machine with that big block in
Here's what it is.
it.
I don't know if that 440 gonna fit in that van.
Because that's the same front end that they did. They have motorhomes.
Yep.
And I pulled my 440 out of a van motorhome.
It'll fit.
I think that's probably
Well,
what that
okay.
one came out
I
of.
don't want
so-
to cut the floorboards. or
No,
anything.
you won't have to.
No, it'll fit easy. We just
I
got the
wouldn't say
right.
easy.
It'll fit
Well,
fine.
we'll drop the K member down and lift the whole van off.
We
of
just
it.
got to make sure we have a rear sump big block pan, which there's an extra rear sump pan, or there's an extra non-center sump pan out back. We need to make sure if it's rear or forward, and
What's
if not,
on that engine there?
It's a front sump. It's the wrong one. We
Really?
need a rear sump.
Well, if you guys need one, I could probably get you.
Oh, well, we need
I
to
know
pick them
people.
too.
But for what? For the van?
Yeah, we need a. We've got the mounts. The mounts will basically work off of a motorhome or truck, or so I'm told. And we're gonna get like van or truck headers because we're not gonna run stock manifolds. Those manifolds are all cracked to crap. So the idea is basically, I'll just say it for Dad because you say it. It's your van.
Go ahead, say it.
No, you say it.
I don't know what you're saying. I got no idea.
The whole idea for the van, your side pipes and your whole badassery.
Yeah. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, this is the reason why I do all the talking.
It's a clean slate. Probably going to have a side pipe. I don't know what else. Headers,
I think I have a rear sump van for a
visor, hood scoop. I don't know. The hood scoops look pretty goofy.
I think we.
Yeah, I never did like the.
So I've seen something cool with a hood scoop on a van.
Yeah, I mean it's all available still. So
Basically, the plan was
the flares.
basically bone stock 440, which is unlike anything. But I don't think it really needs a hot cam.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
It needs hotter than factory.
Hey, just a Hemi grind cam is all it needs, right?
Yeah. Hotter than factory. Don't
Well,
do
you
that stock low lift hunk of
if it got
shit.
anything.
It
Dude,
seems
you could do it now. It wouldn't even.
Well, yeah, and I'll be honest, guys. As much as I like building high performance, big, lopey, choppy stuff, that 440, I've heard a lot of motorhome turds in my years, but that one actually has a really kick-ass sound to it. I've never heard a low compression motorhome 440 sound that good.
still got a thermoquad on it.
We're
You
gonna fix
still gotta change the cam out to get rid of that shit lift. You know, you got to do something to open them valves up a little bit. I think they open up to a whopping 420 or something.
I'm trying to click on the comments and I can't do it. God dang it.
Oh,
I forgot.
Do y'all have the grill for that thing?
Oh, we do need to do your measurements so we know how long your side pipes need to be.
80 inches.
80?
Oh, no,
Because it sells the Corvette style side pipes we want.
No, it's a stubby van. It's not going to need that long of a.
No.
You know, a cool idea for a hood scoop. I don't know if it could be done, but I agree with you, Dad. It looks silly if you put it on the actual hood. But I've seen a few vans lately where they're taking a 6-pack style hood and integrating it into the air dam underneath the bumper and making it into like a cold air, like funneling it into a cold air intake. It was a pretty cool look.
Everybody's just calling you Dad.
That's cool. Yeah, I never thought about that. Down in the air dam.
Do y'all have the grill for that van?
No. So it's got a tube grill, and we're not real happy with it. Which, if anybody saw the video we just posted this morning, it looks. If it had more bars, more tubes in it, closely spaced, it would look all right.
They're
But
about
they're
an inch and a half apart. There's too much space. You can see all the.
It looks silly.
I would.
And all that crap.
So
I'd have to check.
Hang on, William.
There goes your screen.
Just dropped the spoon into the oil pan.
That's got done.
So that guy, so I've got a guy on Facebook. He's willing to send us a stock 78 grill. See, that's why those buckets don't go all the way out, because there's more grill there. A guy said he'd send us a 78 B200 grill, just pay the shipping, and it's pretty daggone nice. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was just about to say I might know where one is local to me, but I think the Dodge vans close to me are actually older, closer to 1970.
Well, it would be cool to put one of those grills in there.
Would that older grill fit in that 78?
I don't know.
Should.
I kind of like them older grills better.
Well, I mean, we get options. If we get this one for the price of shipping, William can get us an earlier grill, and we just pay him for the grill plus shipping. I don't expect that for free. This guy's just probably away.
You guys aren't thinking right. As pretty as that grill is, here's what you need to do. The tube grill is great, but you're right. It's the bars are too far apart. Jed, you're so proud of being able to polish up mild steel, expanded metal all the way across that whole opening, the headlights behind it all, the turn signals behind it all, black it all out behind it, and then polish it.
I'm exiting the conversation.
It's an interesting prospect. It would be something to Photoshop and see how it looks.
Well, I got access to all kinds of stainless steel screen that we use in the rock.
Yeah.
Kind of like Isabel had at first.
Yeah, see, something like that, just real. Yeah, something like that, and have the headlights all behind it. Maybe you get those blackout style headlights, and then it all just kind of disappears and ghosts. And then when you need the lights, you turn the lights on, and it shines through, and plenty of airflow, and just kind of fit.
You know what you guys do? You take a 68 Charger grill,
The little half covers over the
remove
head.
all of those lights in the grill, and put a 68 Charger grill right there. And just fatten it.
Just getting started. I don't really have a plan.
Take it to SEMA.
Take it to SEMA.
Back at my house, I got a set. I got another set of captain's chairs.
That's what I do. I need.
I'll give them to you. We're going to be coming up.
Doesn't need captain's chairs.
They probably need recovered. They were pink, and I vinyl dyed them black. They're cloth, but you could buy covers for them.
I found some real long white fake fur. I was thinking about putting it on the side.
Oh.
And I found in my mirror last night. It's got a whole bunch of jewels down inside. It's a big long mirror up in the roof.
I got this feeling one of these days I'm going to go outside. I'm going to try and find Dad. I'm not going to be able to find him anywhere. I'm like, oh, he must be in his van working on it. I'm going to open the back doors on Dad's van. He's going to be sprawling out butt naked in this white fur van.
You got to feel the fur.
And he's going to be sitting there. As we just slowly step away, go find my pew pew and just kind of Cleanse my mind
I
of
was
that
thinking
image.
like,
Yeah, I'll bring those
You
up.
guys, you guys need a disco. You guys need a disco ball in the van.
Yeah.
You can have them.
Disco ball for sure, Dad.
disco ball.
Has to look like you skinned the whole Muppet Show to do the interior of the van.
Yeah.
All the Muppets.
That's what I'm thinking. Now you
I still
got
think
Okay.
the thickest shag carpet I can find.
But it's like the foam's
I
good.
don't know about
Like,
putting the fur on the bottom of the floor. Because
Yeah,
all
I
the
don't
parts and stuff.
Yeah.
the floor's got to be linoleum.
Linoleum.
Make it that hardwood look floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Rob. Yeah, I was gonna say they got that hardwood looking linoleum now.
Yeah. See, I mean,
8 or the 8 of the van. It's
Easy
gotta
to
be
trim
shag
and
everywhere.
locks
Yeah,
together,
wall to
stuff
wall,
adhesive on the back.
Now you got him going, Dad.
Yeah, I'm going.
Now, if he's gonna lay in there
I'll
naked
just go out
and
there
you roll
and see if
over a
they'll
lot
leave
when
it
you're
and turn
sleeping, you
over.
don't want to bash your balls into
Maybe get
a
the steering
linoleum
wheel on.
floor. You want to be able to be comfortable on shag carpet.
It wasn't a bad idea firing up the old Charger.
I want to acknowledge one of the comments. JMR says, Jed's friend William looks like kinfolk. So yeah, we do look. I will admit we do look a lot alike, but yeah, we are not related.
William's a little bit shorter than I am.
Yeah, I'm short. I'm like 5'7".
It's not the facial hair. It's
But
the
I'm not as
short.
tall as I always look in videos.
No, you're not.
I'm only 6 foot tall. I'm not that tall.
You're a midget, Jed.
Especially when I'm working next to Dad, because Dad's like,
About 5'7".
yeah, so I look pretty big next to Dad. I always try to get the camera angle just right so that way he don't look like a midget next to me, but it never works.
I'll put my work boots back on.
I'm planning on making you look like a midget one of these days.
I am none wants to know your dad's name. It's Michael, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Mike.
Dad. His name is Dad.
You can call me Dad.
Actually, it's Sir.
Ah,
No, we don't wear polos and slacks in here, Rob.
Sir.
I was raised to call. I was raised to call my elders sir and ma'am.
Hey, Rob, I just had a great idea for a video I want to do with you, man. So you know that State Farm commercial where that guy's talking to State Farm at 2 a.m. and his wife comes down? I'll do a video, man, where my girl comes in the garage and I'm whispering to you at 2 a.m. She goes, "Who are you talking to?" I'm like, "Rob from Jegs." She's like, from Jegs. And then you do a clip from your end and send it to me, and you're in khakis and your polo, and be like, "Khakis and polo." Be like, "Sure you are, Rob from Jegs."
And then she'll say, "Well, he sounds sexy."
Mm-hmm.
I know if my wife walks out here and hears his voice, I'm going to have to do something to make her happy again. She's going to go, who's that? I'm going to say, Rob is Robbie. That's a female.
Oh my God.
And the only reason I'm going to say that is not to make you mad, but the idea is to make my old lady happy.
Yeah, I don't wiggle no more.
were they just loose?
Yeah, the middle one. Right
Rob
here.
clicked off his microphone. Nobody's going to listen to my voice ever again.
Jed, don't drop all those small washers down that valley.
William, you shut your mouth.
Yeah, you missed it.
I dropped I dropped one of the headstones down through there. We had to take it off.
He dropped his stud down in there.
Rags.
His stud.
It was Brian's fault. He did it. I was sitting here very carefully. We can unwind the clip here. We're live. I was very carefully putting this thing together, and I told Brian, "See, check out these awesome studs." He goes, "Fuck your stud." He took the stud.
Ah, yeah.
How far into the stream was it? I'll rewind it and look at it.
Oh, I don't remember.
Hey, Chet, I watched it live. How much money do I get for saying that story's true?
I'll give you 25 of the finest cents.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Because that's the same.
I could see it in Jed's eyes right when it went into the oil pan. I could see it in Jed's eyes right when it went into the oil pan. Jed go, "Fuck This is why I don't like lives.
It was pretty fun.
I thought I told him to put a bunch of rags in the valley there, but I guess he forgot.
William said that too.
It's just mock up. It got come apart anyways.
Yeah, the only problem with rags is if you're putting the motor together to actually put it together and run, you might forget about the rags.
Yeah.
My dad did. My dad did the same thing on the Ford LTD station wagon we used to have. We were, I think, we were in Nashville or somewhere on vacation camping or something, and he had to change the intake gasket, and he had some rags sitting in the valley, and he had somebody come up to try to help him, and he forgot about his rags right after he finished, and he had to take everything back apart and redo it.
Oh my goodness.
He started thinking, where did my rags go?
Yeah,
They're
you gotta
still
be
in the
like
motor.
a doctor and count how many you take into the house.
Hey, Dad.
I got stories like
You go out and show me your Charger with the Hemi. I'll show you my Roadrunner with a 383. You show me yours, I'll show you mine, big fella.
Oh my God. What kind of group you in with?
No kidding, man.
I don't know. I just met these guys for the first time. I swear.
I swear.
Just a bunch of dirty old men. They like young guys. William, run.
Jed's been frequenting the Blue Oyster Cult, that bar from remember that gay bar from Police Academy?
That is just the Blue Oyster. Thank you. Get it right.
Blue Oyster.
Oh yeah, the Blue Oyster. Yeah.
From
Blue
Police
Oyster.
Academy. Remember that, dude?
Jed's got a tab.
God, dude, I haven't thought of that movie in forever. Frickin' Police Academy. Wow.
I need to get me some of those.
Cold start that Hemi?
I don't think their cameras have to reach out there.
I don't think it'll reach out there.
I mean, you could start it up and drive it around here, and we can kind of show like where it is in Anna's truck. You know, pull it right there. We can probably get the camera to.
Oh yeah, I can get the camera there.
Oh my God.
If you want to, you don't have to.
Hey, I know how to do this. I know how to do this,
How
Jed.
many people?
Good. Hang on, let me mute my.
Jed, I know how to do this.
I don't know how many people I got in here.
Oh, there's 9 people.
I don't get a whole lot of views. I'm not world famous like your son.
Jed, I know how to do this. Have your dad enter this room on
I
his cell
better do it here soon because I don't.
Look at that.
I'm probably going to get into the beer.
Oh, light coming out.
Is that glare?
Hey, Brian,
Oh yeah, you
Okay,
can.
well let me
have him enter through his cell phone, and he can drive us around on his cell phone.
Get down there. Get you down there. Okay.
Enter this on your cell phone. This chat.
Oh, the quality would be horrendous in my phone. I
Oh,
don't
but
have the
if not if you're on your Wi-Fi from your house. If you're connected to Wi-Fi.
if I turn the Wi-Fi off or even with it on, it's not that great a quality on my phone at least. That's why I don't hardly do any live streams on my phone out here because it always looks like crap.
What about Dad's phone?
Dad has an old iPhone that
I'm still in the i6.
We can do it on my phone.
What about Brian's phone?
you probably do that.
Ruben ain't taking no for an answer, people.
I'm going for a ride in a Hemi today, boys.
I don't know if you're gonna get a ride in the Hemi, but you get to look at it.
You want me to bring it around?
Oh, I'm going for a virtual ride.
I don't know. It's up to them if they want to see a cold start on it, you know. If they do, Brian, you take your phone and go help Dad untarp his car while I finish this up.
I haven't had it running for a couple.
On that note, I'll grab another beer. I'll let you guys get this sorted.
I'll have her see if she can set it up on my phone.
Don't let us
I'll
down.
finish putting this up.
Yeah, I'll go find the keys.
Twisted that arm, man.
It must be rough having people ask you to start your Charger up with a Hemi in it. Oh,
First world problems.
oh,
I would love to have that problem. I would
Yeah.
love to have that problem to have people ask me to start up my Hemi Charger.
exactly, William. I'm with you right there. Is it William?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
William or Will, just don't call me Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
You can call me.
Subscribe to all these channels. Even Rob. Subscribe to
I don't
Rob.
have a channel.
Oh yeah, you can do a virtual tour in the whole backyard.
I don't have a channel.
I I've just created one.
Well, you should have a podcast, Rob.
Rob, you do have a YouTube channel. It's got videos on it.
It's got my bird on it from like 10 years ago.
Oh,
Is the bird still with us?
It's got you singing karaoke to "My Heart Will Go On."
Well, yeah, everybody's got to see that. I mean, I've been called the songbird of my generation.
The Grim Streaker, thanks for tuning in. Will Thorpe, thanks for tuning in. JMR, thanks for tuning in. I am Noon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it.
I am just here as I'm just facilitating, so don't hate me.
We got the Hemi specialist and we got the tranny specialist with us tonight.
Sorry,
Will Thorpe in the comments. I got to ask, are you related to the Swepline Thorpes that run that Facebook page and the parts website for these for those older Dodge trucks?
Who?
There's a family that with the last name Thorpe that runs a Dodge Swepline parts website.
Yeah, who's he asking?
Will Thorpe in the comments.
Oh, I don't know who he's asking.
Hey, I have a question. Will Thorpe? I know him as Will. Did you find my channel through Jed Scott's shout out to me? Because I noticed you popped up on that junkyard video. Is that how you found my channel?
That's how I found you, dude.
I appreciate it.
I found you that way, Ruben.
Oh, did you? Oh, I appreciate it, Robert.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like how Jed can just, what takes me a year to get subscribers, he can just sprinkle it on me in like one little shout out.
I would not be at 1,000 if it wasn't for Jed.
Okay, yeah, Will Thorpe. Okay, Will, yeah. Jed, thank you for connecting me to all these guys, but me and Will live about 2 miles from each other. So we found each other. Yeah, we found each other through your shout out, man. Oh. So he's gonna go my next live drag race thing that I try to do. He's gonna go with me next month. So
neat, that'd be cool. But by the way, Tall John, you would have hit 1,000 on your own, no problem, without me.
Well, you sped the process up, and that is great because
all I did was I did a little freaking post in my community feed that nobody reads.
It's the little things that matter, Jed.
Yeah, you did it. Also, pretty awesome live stream.
Could you just do one of those wimpy little shout outs again? It really helped my channel a bunch. I love the modesty, but you know what? You don't have to be. It was good. I appreciate it a ton.
Oh, I don't mind helping people out, good people with good content, people with good memes on their channel and stuff. I just don't want to help, people who, don't appreciate it. And I only help people who do. Oh, distributors. There we go. Distributor's too far. I got to clearance my water pump a little bit more for the distributors. I don't mind giving little shout outs here and there. The problem with I'd like to do more shout outs for cool people. It's just, I always forget when I'm actually filming a video, which would be the best time to do a shout out. I always get kind of caught up in the moment of filming. So I never really remember to think, oh yeah, I should give so-and-so a shout out in this video. And then you also never know how the video is going to do. Like I figured the van series would have been more like the videos we did on my Uncle's 58 where 40,000 views, and the van got, I think it's at 4,000 or something.
I can answer that. Because like sex, Chevy sells. I hate to say it, dude. But Chevy stuff, it's relatable. People understand it.
Ford and Chevy.
Yeah, and it was also such a deviation from what you normally do that it was, I guess, I would say made you a little more relatable to people as well, and then that's why they clicked on it. Dude. Plus, it was a 4-door, which is awesome. Sure. I'm a fan of those.
I think I hear a rumbling in the background.
I was gonna say, can anybody hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
I hear the rumbling. Sorry to cut you off, Rob.
Dude, you're good.
Trying to bring something up.
That's perfect timing.
We'll talk about important stuff.
Dad's car starts up.
Yeah. Well, Wait, it's not done yet. I got to put the I got to put the spark plug covers on there. There they are.
When I start my charger up, it pretty much reverberates through the whole house because it's parked in the carport. So it pretty much vibrates the house.
So you got a channel, Williams Charger 383 Mopar? That's your channel?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm gonna go to
You
it.
may have to.
I haven't had a lot of videos lately because since the beginning of November,
All of this.
at my job we've had forced overtime, and I've been working 10-hour days. And when I get home, I only have like an hour of sunlight left, and on the weekends I haven't really felt like doing anything, so I haven't had a lot of videos lately.
What do you do, bro?
That's all right. I'll watch it anyway.
At my job, I actually work at a transformer manufacturing plant. We make very large industrial scale power transformers.
What are you doing?
Oh, that's cool.
Some of them as big as small houses. They actually go to power stations and wind farms and everything.
There it is.
Sweet. I'm on there
We
now.
actually just had our Christmas party last night.
I know, I forgot about it.
They're having a serious conversation that we were talking about.
You jerking off the Chris Bird?
No, you jerking off the Chris Bird song.
You're the one who's talking about doing it. Silence.
What are y'all talking about off camera?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Was that some off camera talk there?
No, there was no talking.
That's better.
Whatever you say, Jed. Whatever you say.
Watch this thing fall off now.
Oh man, that thing sounds wicked. I don't think I've ever heard your dad's car in person.
So that's literally basically a bone stock Hemi. It's got JE pistons with the Edelbrock heads. It's got the Holly Marine intake with 2 demons on it and just a whiplash cam. It's entirely the wrong cam for that engine, but it works so fucking good. You know, Hughes, they tell you don't put that cam in a 10-to-1 engine or so. I did it in the satellite. It is a rocket ship.
It was.
It was.
It still is.
Yeah,
It's not right now.
it's on down setting jack stands like you didn't believe, man. That's just all time.
That's the 450 that we're talking about.
He's a professional. All right now.
That's the quiet mufflers too. That's not even.
Dude, that sounds badass right now.
So I don't ever understand why Chrysler never did it, but I wish that they would have put a 6-pack hood on a Charger originally. It's sad that they didn't, but they really should have.
I put one. Yeah, it looks good. I put one really similar to that on my Charger for a little while after I took the bug catcher off of it. Then I found another hood and replaced the hood, and I've still got that old hood with the 6-pack scoop on it sitting in my backyard. I just wanted a nice flat hood again for a while.
Nice car, Dad.
Definitely a cool car.
I love it.
Why doing that?
There's the van in the background. Airing out. Getting all the smells out of it.
Oh. Anybody else feel like this is like car porn? This is great.
There.
Ooh.
So, Dad, can I be in your will?
I still need a RT emblem for my tail panel on my Charger. I don't really want to buy a new one.
Wow. They're expensive new.
Yeah, they're expensive, so I want to find an original one that's in halfway decent condition, and I think 68 was a 1 year only on that emblem. So on that particular emblem that I'm looking for, so it's kind of hard to find in decent condition used.
Huh.
Well,
I don't think I've seen any of them used, honestly.
Don't talk about anything good until I get back. I got to go take the mother-in-law to the Dollar General.
He said don't talk about anything good. Okay.
Rob's the only one that acknowledged it. I love you, Rob.
Yeah, man. I got you, bud. See, they're all missing this. This is great.
Yeah.
JMR, I know I did. That car's gorgeous.
That truck is pretty nice too.
Yeah, it is.
I love my 70. I've had it for just a little over 8 years now.
Yeah.
Well, I've been watching your channel, man, since you first started that car.
Appreciate it.
Yep, no problem, brother.
I've been on YouTube now with it for over 10 years, so it's
Okay.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't see what I can. What do we got here? Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough.
How was the audio quality?
Decent.
All right.
It sounded like it was put through a potato in a blender,
Oh well.
Yeah.
but
What
we could
happened?
still hear it. We
We
can
got
still hear it
feedback.
though. It's good.
Oh, what time is it getting to be? Yeah, we're probably gonna be leaving soon. How long we been live? 2 hours?
Right.
Ain't a bad life.
Ryan
What?
moved, everybody.
There.
Happy now? Are you happy now?
I am
Is your
happy.
inner child happy now?
I am so freaking happy right now, Ryan. Come here. Come here.
Whoa.
That was a long video, guys.
Oh,
That was on camera.
I missed it. What happened? Did it dry dock?
Yeah, with a piston.
he touched the tip.
Yeah,
whole
that
tip. All the tip.
could have done without that.
I like that. I have a very raunchy sense of humor, and there are some people in the world who don't like that. And I don't.
Well, they can get over it. Yeah. They can go back to working on their day.
Jed, is the green pickle allowed in the garage?
The green pickle's inside on my desk.
All right, where it should be, safe and sound.
So that way I can play with it.
Safe and sound.
I'm not going to say any more.
Yep. All we got to say is safe and sound.
Yeah. We'll go with that. My mind went other places.
You always got to make sure your pickle's safe.
I am?
Yep.
Yeah.
What am I hiding from you, Brian?
I don't see it in here. You said you were kicking it around everywhere.
Oh, you're.
The thing I need to buy from you.
Oh, that mechanical manual steering box?
Mm-hmm.
It's.
Oh, I see it. I see it peeking out right there. Okay.
So, Rob, you remember this?
What? Hang on, I'm playing Doom. Yes. That's a head gasket.
So, who shipped this? FedEx?
Usually everything you get is FedEx, yeah.
So, well, one guy in the shipping department of a certain company thought it'd be a fantastic idea to pack a couple of head gaskets for my Hemi. But the box he picked wasn't wide enough, so he just said, screw it, I'll pack them like this.
They left my place like that?
Yeah. When
I
they
thought we
showed up
fixed
at my
that.
house, they looked like this.
No, I thought we
Good
I thought we
Lord.
sorted that out.
We did. You know, I got a new set. Yeah. We got a new set straight from Felpro, but I keep this one around just because of how painful it was.
It probably just got bent during shipping.
No, the box was literally too short. It was too narrow.
Oh.
They literally crammed the two head gaskets in there like that.
Wow.
But it did get fixed. That's why I like Jags.
Hey, everybody makes mistakes.
But I keep that, you know, that head gasket is a good example of, yeah, mistakes happen, but they fixed the problem.
Yes.
And it wasn't painful. Whereas like a certain header company that sent me a set of headers that had missing parts and were all dented up, they just threw the blame on everybody else.
Doug's?
I'm not saying Doug's, but it could have been.
We didn't say Doug.
I didn't say Doug's.
Okay.
You thought it was loud.
But yeah, Rob, I'm gonna have to probably buy TTI headers for the 340.
Fine.
Because the only headers you guys and Summit offer that are 1 3/4 tube, which is what we've talked about ordering for my build, the only headers that are offered are all about $700, and they're all LA flanged. And the TTIs are $750 raw, no coating, but they're at least correct W2, and they will fit the duster with comb shift and all that stuff.
Oh.
And I showed Brian the horrible port mismatch today.
Oh man,
it's bad.
Yeah, you couldn't.
You're covering up about that much of the port on the side.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just put the LA headers on, even though it's got the bolt hole for them.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it would be atrocious to run those. Now, if you ran like an HP manifold, like a 340 HP, there's enough meat there you could probably hog it out and be safe. But no, not even then. It wouldn't be good. So unfortunately, you guys need to start carrying TTI.
I'll put it on advisement. What have you looked at a set of Headman Hustlers at all?
Yeah. I've looked at all the different headers and see that's the problem is they're all about $700.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I'll just buy the TTIs that I know work with a column shift and I don't have to put a hole through my fender well, because most of those big headers like that, you got to put a hole through your fender well so one tube can exit through, and there's no way I'm putting a hole in that duster.
See, that's the difference between your duster and my duster. I don't care. I'll put holes anywhere in it.
Well, yeah. I don't want to put any holes in that car. It's too damn clean.
If I could do straight fender well small block headers, I'd do it.
I've got a set of big block fender wells back there. They came off my buddy's 65 AFX
You're
car.
gonna make me. I've already started on a small block. I've already started on a small block. You don't. I could build a big block, but I don't. My machinist would kill me.
You know, I've got a 440 I can sell you.
Check these things out. It came off my buddy's AFX 65 Cornet. If you look up the car flashback, that's the same car. He used to own it before it was an AFX car, and it got converted into one. And it came from Lawrence, Kansas, Jim White Motors.
Cylinder number 6 looks a little caved in there, buddy.
Well, so Ron, when he took these headers off, he put them in like a 35 Dodge Brothers, like a street rod, and he had to rework some of the tubes.
I would say.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I don't know if I've noticed them before, but how many pistons do you have hanging up back there?
All of them.
So the first set of pistons are Jezebel's 440 pistons. And let me see if I can get that one down. Yeah. I don't know what that
See, this is all behind the scenes at Scott's Speed Shop.
Yeah, you don't get to see this.
Normal people don't get to see this.
So here's exactly why you do not trust an out-of-the-box Chinese head like a Pro Comp or a 440 source.
Dang.
That's what spurred Jezebel becoming a 500-inch engine because, it ate that piston alive.
Dang.
What did that, Jet?
Huh?
What did that? The valve?
Trusting Pro Comp heads out of the box.
Okay.
And this isn't this is the one that hurt the most, but there's where valves came down and hit every single piston. And I have some.
You can see it on every one of them.
And I have the valves still. I kept them. One of those valves is actually bent like an S. And
Wow.
the quality of the metal they make them out of is junk. Now the casting of the head is phenomenal. They're better than Edelbrock castings. Anything is better quality of aluminum than 440 source. Never trust 440 source aluminum castings, especially if you have to repair them. That's one thing my machinist told me. He'll fix any set of heads but 440 source because the aluminum they use is more like pot metal. It doesn't weld worth a crap.
Wow.
And when I took him my Pro Comp heads, he was very hesitant to weld them. But after he started welding them, he said, these welded better than some of the Edelbrocks and Brodix heads I've done. So,
You know, you are kind of a pack rat. What are you talking about?
See, I would have taken those pistons off and tossed them out long ago and saved the rod.
I've tried to give those ugly sons of bitches away, and nobody wants. You want those green ones?
Scrap prices are high right now.
You want those green ones, Brian?
No, I don't want them.
That's why they're not going.
Why don't you just throw them away?
Because it's good iron. I will cut those traction bars up and make them into something.
Yeah, you could. You could. Like if you wanted to, they'd be good pieces for like a run stand or something like that. Yeah, I could see that.
So those green traction bars hanging up, I got those in a deal, and those are real. They're yellow underneath that green. They're real, not Caltech, but
I'm thinking about putting traction bars on my Duster just to make people whine.
Well, so I made a deal on a bunch of parts, a really good deal. And it came time to pay the guy. He goes, oh, by the way, you got to take these traction bars. And I said, here's 50 extra bucks. Will you keep them? Because I don't want them. I have 2 other sets. He goes, no, you have to take them. And I just tried to give them to Brian. He don't want them. Nobody wants them. And I'll say this, the only reason why Dad's car has traction bars on the back of it because he doesn't have the shock mounting plates for your shocks on the rear end. So, but his traction bars actually have that bracket. And I had a set of shock plates stashed for Dad, but I ended up selling them because the guy needed them really bad and he was willing to pay me stupid money for them. But I picked this one up at the St. Louis Mopar Blast that I went to. And I hung out with Brian at. So now Dad can put these on his car, but he likes his traction bars because the people hate on them and they're painted white and they go with his car.
Yeah.
It don't matter if they don't actually work on a Mopar. Just
Yeah, they're there. They're cool.
Plus his are much better well built than those ones.
And they look period correct because back then everybody was putting them on everything. They didn't
Oh God,
know.
Rob wasn't kidding.
You didn't notice that?
It's fine. Didn't you see the video?
Yeah.
Looks like it's at least half caved in on that pipe.
It's fine.
They took a 2-inch tube and made it 3/4 of an inch.
It's still 2 inches. It bulged out on the side.
It's like a step header.
Yeah.
It steps right back up. Oh, these things are actually pretty cool.
We dig on these, yeah. And what the hell do those go to?
These are 426 Hemi jet boat headers. That's what these are. So Dad and I went to a first-year swap meet not far from home, about 20 miles out, and it was from a little meth head town called Quinamo. And the town is known for its population of meth heads. And the guy had these, and I saw the flange. I knew immediately that was Hemi. And asked the guy, what do you want for him? He said, 20 bucks for the pair. And I got this big heat shield. And just look at this, 20 bucks.
See, those are the headers you need to put on the Pro Stock.
Yeah, well, except for they fit like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But here's
That's why you need to put them on there.
Out the front.
So the headers are steel. That's cast aluminum. They welded cast aluminum to steel somehow.
Huh.
I've talked to a bunch of people and nobody can really figure out how they did it. That's welded. So I don't know really how they merged them together, but it's a cast aluminum S pipe here to the steel collector.
Well, then if you ever got into building headers, you got it's worth $20 just for the plant.
Yeah, and then all the tubing and then this heat shield. But the idea was when the pro stock is running and it's safe here in the house, I have these, a set of zoomies.
I see the zoomies up there.
And I also have a set of like regular Hemi headers for a car.
The zoomies would look better on it, I think.
And those are real.
I really don't understand why those aren't just mocked up, bolted on there right now.
Because they take up a lot of room.
Oh, well.
Those are the real deal. Those aren't just like, those actually came off of a real dragster. I think those are like 2.5 inch diameter. Let's see. But these things ain't like either.
See, unless you come here and hang out with Jed, you may see this stuff in videos in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Here, hold that. That's heavy.
Oh my God.
Those look stout.
Steel.
Those really look like they're heavy.
Those need to go on that pro stock. Those need to go on Jezebel. And just extend the fucking tubes out through the hood.
So yeah, you see they reinforced it here and here, and then you have the reinforcement gussets all around because just the freaking force. Because they added on, these will fit just about any Hemi head they ever made.
You need to find like a 30, 32, 33 Plymouth.
Oop, that's not right. That looks like that was smack some of the noggin. So the actual zoomies I built for Jezebel came from the same guy I bought those from that came off his wedge-powered dragster. And he didn't have flanges on them, so I just cut them all up and put them like that. But they're 2 1/8, I think, diameter.
You know, Freiberger built that F-Rod. Did you watch any of that?
Are you smoking Fruity Pebbles?
No, that's not Fruity Pebbles.
That smells.
It does got a little caramel flavoring in these.
That smells kind of.
No, it's like a cigar.
It is not like a cigar.
It is. But you saw that Freiberger built that F-Rod, right?
Yeah.
You need to find an old Dodge that built like that. Put that motor in. And those zoomies on.
I will have to open a Patreon just so people can donate so I can afford to drive it.
But you could only drive it like down the track.
I would want to drive it to go get groceries.
I know you would want to, but
116 octane is kind of expensive.
Make it run on V85?
No, I will not do
E85 with an octane booster in it.
I wouldn't do that either. E85. I'm thinking about E85 for my car. If I was going to use those pistons that I had, I was thinking about E85 just because it's cheaper. But I can't stand the way E85 smells. E85 or alcohol.
Well, I don't like what it does to the carburetor and the fuel system. And I would hate to do that because those are the real deal Gen 1 Dominators with the choke plates still in them.
Well, you can always put different carburetors on it.
Yeah, but those are correct for it.
Yeah.
These are what it would have been running, more than likely.
And you only got to buy one barrel of fuel.
You see those stacks built into it. That's.
What does a barrel of 112 cost? A 55-gallon drum of 112. I wonder what that costs.
Well, my 116, I think.
Or 116.
I think it's like $650.
There you go.
Which is what I plan on doing, and because it's over $100 to buy a 5-gallon pail. So I figured I will just buy a 55-gallon drum. The stuff keeps. It's oxygenated fuel. The carburetors in Jezebel's engine, it still has 116 in it.
Set the barrel right next to the run stand with a hose running into it.
Basically.
That'd be awesome.
This may not be safe, but daggone, doesn't smell good.
You walk in, dum dum dum. Okay, I still got enough to fire it up. Put a stick down it to see how much you got left in the drum.
While you got a cigarette lit?
Well, yeah.
So if I see a massive explosion if I see a massive mushroom cloud off in the distance, I know you blew up your barrel of racing fuel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fine. Cigarette won't ignite that fuel.
But yeah, it was actually pretty cool for the longest time. You could smell the race gas that was in Jezebel's carburetors because Mark gave me the option. I know I've said this before, but when we go run that engine, it was built to run on 91 or 93 pump gas, but he didn't have any at the shop. He was like, Jed, you want to hop in your car and go get some 93 at the gas station? We'll bring it back and run your engine. I was like, I'm already here, Mark. What do you got in the tank? He goes, well, I've got some 116 and some alcohol. So I'm like, throw the 116 in it. And immediately I had a couple of buddies tell me it didn't really make 634 horsepower because we ran it on that high of an octane fuel. And a lot of guys, here's a myth, a lot of guys think because you put 116 or 110 in an engine, it does not make any more power. All it does is let you run more timing because it stops detonation. That engine will make the same power on 116 as it will 93 because it doesn't need 116.
Well, and that's the whole thing. See now, and I'm gonna bring up shit, but okay, you run the one you run 116 because you can do other things while running a 116.
Yeah.
Why is the whole thing with flipping the pistons?
Oh God.
Okay, piston flipping. You flip the pistons. It may not make any difference if you do it in the same vehicle, but it may make it to where you can do other things to the engine without than you could without flipping. Is what I'm saying.
Mr. Foots is in.
Ah! Ah! Mark! Ah!
Okay, we'll get off the controversial subject.
I've been waiting for him to pop in just so I can be like a flasher.
Jed, every time you do that, I hear, hey, you guys, in my head.
You hear what?
He's not old enough for that, Ruben.
No,
every time
started leaf blowing. Hang on.
I said, every time you do that, Jed, I hear, hey, you guys, in my head.
Oh, I know what that goes. Jesus.
So,
Oh, grab that thing of hand wash. Oh, yeah. That's something else Jack needs to carry.
you should ask him what John and Jezebel's carburetor smell like now.
I had to close the garage because my asshole neighbor started to use the leaf blower.
Blue Monster hand wipes.
Give me one of those.
Jags needs to start carrying these.
Give me one of them because my hands are a little dirty. I just gotta.
What do you got? Oh, here.
Okay. Oh my God! Look at that thing. This is for cleaning your wiener.
That's not for cleaning your wiener. These are not for cleaning your wiener. Here, take one.
These are amazing. Not only do they smell fantastic, they feel amazing on my hands.
And your wiener.
And my wiener.
Wow.
Look at that. Oh, yeah.
So,
you use the rough side to scrub, and then you use the smooth side to finish. I mean, clean.
Put a sheen on her.
Yes. Jags needs to contact Blue Monster and start carrying them.
These are amazing wipes.
Put a nice sheen on it.
Sheen on it.
Oh, sheen.
Sheen.
I heard shine.
I've accidentally found a really good hand cleaner. It's mixing some Dawn with some Fast Orange.
That would do it, yeah. I typically just use Dawn dish soap when I get done for the day. But now I got more of these wipes. I'll use these to do a pre-clean, and I'll do a final clean with the Dawn.
Well, that's the reason I use them is because I don't have running water in the shop. So
Yeah.
I can knock the big stuff off and not worry about, gooing up my steering wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna make something of that.
I'm not going to make anything out of you doing your steering wheel. So this brush is for your fingernails. I don't know any car guy who cares about how clean his fingernails are, but
Hey, some of them do, but actually that brush works good for cleaning other cleaning parts and stuff like
this
that.
is not good for cleaning fingernails. This is for your wiener and your butt.
No, it's not.
Look, my fingernails are just as dirty as they were.
Butt crack, maybe.
You want to see what I use to clean my fingernails?
Oh God. Oh God, not after what I just said, William.
William, what I used to clean my butt crack?
I'm a car guy. I care about my fingernails.
I want a bidet.
But
I just use my pocket knife.
I do.
Okay.
I'm afraid of having a bidet because I'm afraid I would maybe like it, and you might just spend your entire time on the bidet, and your girlfriend would wonder what happened to you.
No, if you get one, what you're going to do is you're going to be spending all your time showing everybody your nice fancy bidet.
William, did you just say you had one?
No, I think
No. No.
Say you have a bidet.
I think that's why he's selling the 440.
Buy a bidet. They are expensive.
Price is on.
Anybody in this chat cool enough to own a bidet? Because I'm coming to stay at your place for a week.
Even if we own one, you would not come stay with us for a week because of his snoring.
There's a bidet. I've seen one out there that it's basically like a regular toilet seat, and it has like the two pipes that come out. One pipe and then the other pipe. The other pipe goes out farther for people.
That sounds like a bad idea.
It cleans the other pieces.
Good Friday, right?
Nuts, man. That's nuts. Question is, would you ever use a public bidet?
A public bidet? I don't know.
That's getting kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know.
But then it has like its air blast.
I think the only situation that would be acceptable is if it was at a really high class place that was cleaned and sterilized on a regular basis.
I still wouldn't.
I don't even like
even then.
You go to some of those places and there's the dude that turns the water on for you.
Oh wow!
In the sink and like will give you cologne and soap.
Oh yeah.
How
The
fancy
dude
are
in the
you?
bathroom. I'll take you to a strip club where they got that. Oh, when you guys come out.
Oh, is that what we're gonna do your birthday weekend too?
Oh, we might do that.
After
yeah.
we get done
Ruben,
putting the engineer-
don't tell your old lady, but you're probably gonna end up in a strip club at some point when you come up here.
Well,
I like how we went.
Oh, I'm not.
I like how we went from talking about pro stock Hemis and Hemi Chargers to bidets.
Well, it's just like any stream.
It's a variety show.
Well, it's like any stream. We start out real technical and real streamlined, like right on topic, and then as the stream starts to come to a close, it's just whatever.
But you know, they can't stand in there and they expect you to give it money just for turning the thing on.
Right?
Yeah.
So I usually just walk out there. No, I barely touched it, buddy. We're good.
I'm only giving the dude money if he's got really soft hands and he tickles my balls.
I sample all the colognes. I let them wash my hands for me, and then I'm like, "All right, dude, have a great night, bro."
But Ruben, do you let him wash your balls?
No, I don't. No.
Right. I believe that.
Nope.
I don't believe you.
Nope. Sticking with it.
Nope. I guess that guy does have a shitty job.
Yeah.
All right.
If I can make it out of the Coast Guard a straight man,
We're heading home.
I've got powers.
You got ball washing powers? What?
No, I said if I can make it out of the Coast Guard a straight man, I've got resistance powers.
Yeah.
That's fair. I forgot about that.
So the first thing they did when I got in the Coast Guard boot camp is they throw 80 dudes in a tiny little shower.
You might have just made it out a good liar.
Have you ever seen his old lady?
You can make it out of that son of a bitch. You're good to go.
But have we ever seen?
Yeah, I have in her video. Yeah, she was in her video.
Or was she just someone he pays to
Might
stand
have been,
in?
yeah. But he does have kids.
That it could be adopted.
Adopted, yeah.
It could be hers. It could be a whole facade.
Yeah. All right, Ruben, you're gay.
Why?
In a good way. In a good way.
We decided you're gay.
Why? Why am I gay?
We have deduced that everything.
Somebody in the group has to be, and we decided it's you.
Oh.
Dude, just because I don't have a fucking beard, man, you guys think I'm gay. This is what I've been talking about.
Oh my God, that's
This is
true.
what I've been fucking talking about, man.
No facial hair, and you brought it up.
I was telling Tall John the other day, all my buddies have tattoos except for me. So when we go to the bar and we get in bar fights, I'm the first motherfucker that gets hit.
Hey, Jed.
Yeah.
I got a new. I don't think I've told you about it, but I got a new boomstick.
Ooh, I like boomsticks. I bought a couple more too.
You can call a bidet a boomstick.
Good. William, you'll have to call me when this is all done. We'll bullshit about boomsticks
And bidets.
and bidets. And the bidet you're gonna buy
Oh, I'm
yourself.
stuck on the bidet thing.
What about small block tunnel man?
Yeah, small one.
I was gonna say, please get him off the subject because I've got a 4-hour drive with him still.
4-hour drive talking about bidets. I'll have her looking them up on the way home.
You can get them on Amazon.
Now that there's been all this damn talk about bidets, all we're gonna get on all of our phones is advertisement and pop-ups.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. We need to start talking about really weird shit toward the end of what we do.
Wait, bidets isn't really weird. I mean, it kind of.
No, you don't have permission.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
I was just talking about anthropomorphic.
Anthropomorphic what?
Nothing.
What's anthropomorphic? Look that up. He's using big words now. Oh, like the dragon.
Dragons, horses.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. I don't look those up on my Amazon account. I use Anna's account. There was one day, you gave me your phone. It was like one of the first times I actually looked at Amazon. That was the first thing I Googled to see if I sold. And she was out with her mom. She opened her Amazon account, and it was nothing but ads for her. It was
Your fucking
in her cart.
Yeah, into her cart.
That was like that that night on the stream when I sent you that Great American Challenge. It's not that big.
It's 3 feet.
Is it 3 feet? Oh my god!
36 inches.
And you remember that? I like how I don't know if the rest of the stream is even here. I think everybody peeled out.
Yeah.
What?
Diana's in.
Yeah.
We got 11 people watching now.
Yeah, I don't even know. Do you guys know what Brian and I are talking about? Or are we being cryptic enough?
You're speaking about marital aids.
Oh, okay, yeah, he knows exactly. Wait a minute. We were being pretty cryptic.
We were.
And you know we knew what we were talking about.
Rob's got a very dirty sense of humor. I know.
But anyway, I think we're gonna wrap this up. I gotta get driving. I still got a 4-hour drive, and I'm probably gonna fall asleep halfway through. And
4.5 hours.
4.5 hours.
Must be cloth.
Unless the GPS puts us off into the wilderness
It
again.
takes us over 6 hours to do.
Oh, that would be awful.
But thanks everybody for showing up. Thanks Jed for entertaining my life.
Yeah, Brian, no problem, man.
We didn't even touch the van really, but that's
No.
okay. We just hung
We
out.
saw it.
But you got it cleaned out before I got here.
There's still a little poopy in there. You want to go clean?
No, I don't want to clean it. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
See you later.
All right,
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
I'll give you a call after it's over, Jed.
Cool. Oh, give me an hour or so. I got to finish
Okay.
Friday.
Just send me a text.
I will.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks, everybody in chat. I'll see you guys later.
We'll see y'all on the next one.